Well, I will be
Hurry up,
away all
leave
next
the
week,
meeting.
so
Right. We are going live. I think it's going
Now a
live.
message from our sponsors.
anyway, I wanted to at least stop in and say hi, let you guys know I was still around.
I like it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Always good to see you, man. So glad you freaking.
I'm gonna supposedly on the ship they don't allow you to stream, but I'm gonna give it a shot on Monday maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're going to throw me overboard if they catch me. They'll probably just, bill me for the extra data usage.
Tonight at 11, survivor found in water after being tossed over boat.
There we go. There's the water.
All right, guys, take care of yourself, James.
Hey, man. All right.
Hey, man, be good, brother.
Try and stay healthy.
I am.
Stay safe and enjoy the vacation.
Great.
I'm going to see you all guys in a week or so.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for stopping in, Bruno. I will see you Monday. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
If I can stream off the boat, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're streaming off the boat. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can do it Monday, but I'll talk to them, see if they have somebody to cover down for you.
I let Corbett know like a while ago. So
yeah.
And I reminded him today.
Okay. Well, I had a meeting with Mo yesterday about the stream stuff. So we're gonna be I guess they're gonna be doing some revamping and everything, but we'll see when they're gonna implement that.
All right.
Awesome, dude.
You guys have a good week. I will have a pina colada or something for you.
You do that. You do that.
Enjoy your 3-hour tour.
Yeah. All right.
Again.
1 second.
See you all later.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming, brought to you by James.
You said it's a struggle. I need to change this again. 'Cause I'm not James. I'm not James. Well, I am James. Just don't want people to think that I'm the Corbett.
Plausible deniability.
Everybody knows James.
Say what?
Everybody knows James.
I know it. I know it.
Ginger Ninja.
Ginger Ninja. You right?
My wife's yelling from across, going, "Tell James I said hi." Like, no, it's not actually James.
It's not. It's the other James.
It's a pretender.
James. What is it? Stolen James. There you go.
Dude, even my wife loves James. Like, he's just one of those freaking guys.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, how you doing? I'm not going to type to you because it looks like you're listening to us. Might be a bad idea. Did you want to get on? Or me send you a link?
Don't take the red pill.
Okay, you're just gonna listen. All right. Well, let me know, brother, if you want the link. I'll send it to your personal Facebook chat. All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen who are there listening out there. This is our Friday night live stream. This is Project Refit. We are here for veterans, first responders, and police officers. This is, I'm actually hoping a lot of people get on tonight because this is the evening before the big day 20 years ago. Yeah, I know some of us are going to be really in deep, contemplation and thought. Some of them are already getting seeing stuff on my Facebook feeds and things like that from friends, buddies. It's not a light thing, And I have a hard time talking about it. So I don't have anybody personally on that day. It was a big impact for me. A little bit of my story. I was actually I joined the February before 9/11. And so when I was in my school, my military school, I was in the classroom and they told me my instructor pulled me in the other room and we watched the second tower get hit. And that was a big day. My instructor, he looked at all of us as soon as we got back in the classroom, and he was like, all right, y'all be ready. He was like, get ready. It was a joint environment. So my instructor was actually Marine Staff Sergeant James. And he was like, y'all get ready. He's like, tighten your bootstraps up and we're going to get ready to fuck shit up. And yep.
That sounds like one of me.
So, and then that's where my life began, 19-year-old kid. Well, I actually just turned 20 that year. So, but yeah, that was an awakening.
I had just returned to Campbell Army Airfield to the hangar when everybody came flying out of the hangar because the first tower had gotten hit.
We listened. Fucking mistake.
We listened to it all happen over radio, and within, I'd say, 45 seconds, maybe a minute of standing outside of the car, which felt like an hour, the second tower got hit. Within 5 minutes, Avengers and armed turtleback Humvees with 50 cals were pulling up to the corners of the airfield.
Yeah.
And we didn't leave the airfield for 3 days, preparing to, I'm sorry, somebody just touched us. We're going to go return the favor.
Yeah.
Yep. And within a year, we were in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I didn't deploy for the first time until February 2003 as part of the initial invasion of Iraq. I deployed twice. Once, the first time was 2003, 2004. The second time was 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that was my brother too. That's when he went in, was 2003, 2004.
Now, unfortunately for me, when I got out of the car and from just getting to the hangar, I had just put my then wife and my infant and toddler children on a plane heading back to Washington State from Nashville Airport. They were diverted to Idaho and shut down mid-flight. I didn't find out about my kids until September 15th.
Wow.
That whole time period, whether you were a civilian or in active duty or whatever, it was terrifying because the innocent were fucked with, and our job is to protect them, period. End of statement. And we couldn't do that. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
nice headgear.
I like it. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I'm sending out. I'm actually going to send out to my platoon if anybody needs to get on. So.
Yeah, Michael, like the headgear.
Actually, I got that. I was up in Vermont a couple of weeks ago, and I needed a freaking face mask, and I walked in and I bought it, and I was out riding around my quad afterwards, and I rolled it up to the freaking head, and I was like, dude, this looks fucking great. Like it's like a bandana, but I don't need to tie it.
It's a bandana without the effort. That totally works.
Yeah, dude, look at this fucking thing, dude. It's great. It's a COVID mask and a bandana. It's a freaking real statement piece.
Piss on COVID mask. I still haven't worn one.
Yeah. I don't know. My wife and I got it fucking way back, and I don't. I mean, it sucked, but what are you gonna do? I have no
Have a
problem.
shit ton of
I appreciate the vaccine. I appreciate everything, and I hope everybody, gets it, does what's right for them. And I want nothing more than for everybody to be safe. But
Hey, I go
I'm also really concerned with all of the people that lost out on income by us getting shut down over something
Governmental
that, although
overreach?
it was serious, I don't know if that's serious. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep talking over you. I apologize, brother.
That's all right.
Sorry, I wasn't shushing you. I was shushing my son. I just realized that.
Oh,
Ronnie.
no way. I was Radar was talking while I was running my freaking big mouth. So
You're good.
No, all the shutdowns and all the shit, it's all governmental overreach. Everybody should talk to their own fucking physicians.
Yep.
If your physician says get the vaccine, get the vaccine. If your physician says don't. It's pretty simple. But there's a third party sticking their nose in something they shouldn't.
And that's my problem. So my wife has, she was born with heart issues. She was, one of two twins that was born. She was actually hidden. Her mother didn't even know that, she existed. And, so 22 years later, my wife's twin actually died in a terrible car accident. It's neither here nor there, but, she's sort of the one left, but she was born with heart issues. She died 3 different times. And like 5 different doctors refused to treat her, and they finally fixed her heart problem, got her back to life. And now you're telling me a woman that survived COVID and has antibodies has to take a vaccine that may very well give her myocarditis.
It's overreach.
Kill her. I'm not willing to let that happen. And that's exactly what you're saying is, listen, if it's in the best interest of yourself and everybody else, please, by all means, take the vaccine. I want nothing more. But there are a lot of people out there that they don't need it, and it could hurt them. And it's just like any other vaccine. I've got a buddy, Len Lucina. You can look him up, actually. He was an Army guy, all set to go off, and he was in a wheelchair for well over a decade. You can look this dude up. He's freaking incredible. He's got robotic legs now, but he lost the use of everything below his waist from a vaccine that we freaking forced on all the soldiers, just because it was a freaking, it was an experimental vaccine, got freaking shoved into his fucking arm. And 10 and a half, 13 years of his life, some shit like that, dude was in a wheelchair. He's finally walking again. There are people out there that have adverse reactions. And I think, dude, put it in front of your doctor before you put shit in me. I want to hear the doctor that knows me tell me, not any guy, red, white, freaking blue. I don't care what side you're on.
Right. It's based off the clinician and the individual. Them overreaching and forcing all this shit on everybody, it's wrong. In my situation, I have underlying health conditions that I can't have the vaccine. The VA knows this. Everybody knows this. So I'm stuck at home. Safer for me.
Yeah. But I mean, it's you work for a company like I own, two of my companies employ 100 people or more. And now what do? I mean, we're a relatively, conservative set of companies on both sides, 2 out of 3. And what do? I'm not freaking telling my freaking people they need to fucking stick something in their arm their doctor didn't tell them. And I employ a lot of, people with disabilities. And that is the largest group that can't receive the vaccine. And now I've got to put implications on these people that, not for nothing, like they work from home, or it's difficult for them to get to work. They're already struggling just to come and work for me. And now I have to put another, implication on these people and say, hey, well, yeah, by the way, now you got to figure out a way to fucking show me that you're tested every week, or you got to go stick some needle in your arm that, may screw you up worse. And if they would think about these people, and say, listen, unless your doctor signs something that says that you don't need it, then you should be vaccinated. You know what? At that point, I'd almost be willing to fucking bend the knee. Almost. I'm a Marine now, I'm bending the knee easily, but I'd almost be willing to at that point. But to sit here and tell me my employees that work very hard just to be able to work for me, and then, slam that on them, that's just freaking absurd.
They're twisting things to try and take control. Because, okay, everybody being in service, I never got the polio vaccine when I deployed. I have psoriasis, an underlying health condition that prevents me from getting the jabs in the shoulder. They know this, and it's federally accepted. What's going on right now? It's blatant overreach. That's why I would never bend the knee to this bullshit. Not this. Things are getting stupid.
I agree with you. You want to know what? This is not my place to say, but I think we're a day before September 11th. I think maybe we take a step back from the politics, which I think all of us kind of have a certain alignment on, or at least a lot of us do. But dude, we're 20 years out tomorrow from the most heinous and aggressive act that has ever happened against the United States, at least within anybody's grandfather's memory.
Yep.
And I think maybe we just, I don't even think tonight's about soldiers. I think it's about first fucking responders, dude. Because I can, we can tell you about the stories of why we went in.
Yep.
But
we were not heroes that day.
Powers, man.
They were heroes that day.
They were heroes that day, and they're heroes ever living beyond that day. It's that one day, that one action that everybody else above myself that makes you a hero. And I couldn't define a better explanation of a hero than sitting there and watching, knowing these things are coming down, knowing there's people inside, and deciding, you want to know what? That's certain death.
Yeah.
and I'm running in there because I may be able to get a few people out before I bite it. As I think any soldier who's been in combat has seen guys or understood sort of that scenario, but this is for them, and like there's no better definition of the hero.
Yeah, I was
Before I get weepy, somebody else fucking talk, dude.
yeah, I was just waiting for y'all to I wanted to make sure y'all don't to
You know
say
me
what y'all
by
wanted,
now.
what
I
y'all
never
wanted to
shut
say.
up, so you gotta shut me. You gotta shut me the fuck up.
Little
I wanted
Little
to,
Caesar sucks.
I wanted to point out that specific point exactly for tonight. I wanted to be focused on the first responders and the police officers that really and that were very impactful and were impacted on that day. And I hope that those of you that are out there that are whether you were a firefighter or a police officer then, or whether you are just now and you know somebody, maybe it inspired you to do what you're doing now. I would love for you to come on, tell us, tell stories. I mean, that's what this is about. It's about telling stories and remembering those that that didn't make it, either whether they didn't make it on that day for being a first responder or a police officer, or if they were even a soldier that went after the fact, or service member, I should say. And yeah, because I know there's some good stories out there, and I appreciate them. I'm pretty sure everybody does. I'm pretty sure our whole country appreciates those stories when they're told. And it actually, 20 years ago, that's what started underlying causes of now what people are dealing with their PTSD and things of that sort. And telling those stories are freeing, and it's telling those stories about how we can overcome that, overcome it, and what we do on a daily basis. I mean, it's not about necessarily overcoming it. Sometimes it is literally about living with it and understanding it's there, because it's not something you can 100% overcome, right?
Yeah,
and that can be a discussion.
I think there's a great number of people too that I was gonna say, I think there's a great number of people too that kind of get forgotten in the whole thing, that are, people that were on the ground that day, that they weren't first responders, they weren't firemen, they weren't policemen, they were simply fellow Americans that
Yep.
they just walked out and said, shit, and they ran, they ran the opposite way that they were supposed to run. They grabbed somebody, they pulled somebody out,
Right.
Whatever it was. And a lot of those people, they're dying of cancer now. The asbestos things that were kicked out of there, and it brought out, it's a terrible thing to say because it was such horrible, but it brought out the best in America. I mean,
yeah, it definitely brought out some good times. And I think that's one of the things I really appreciated as a young man during that time. I came from a very secluded home out in the west part of Texas. It was all about dirt and livestock, and sometimes I'd see a town. And so joining the military was kind of like one of my ways of helping myself understand what the world was like. And then boom, I got a crash course. Yeah, I guess I grew up in a place that a lot of people kind of hid from the government. They didn't like the whole political stuff. They didn't like to talk about it. And so, inherently, I'm gonna adopt some of those same ideologies, right? As a young man, and I actually, I joined the military knowing it kind of piss off my dad. He's probably gonna watch this, and he might chuckle a little bit. He'll understand. We've had conversations about it. And that sorry, I lost my train of thought. But I realized after that day that I started to learn the appreciation for my country, and I understood what my country was about more. And before, I was just a Joe.
Kind of
Just-
understood unity, right? Like,
Yeah. I was just an individual, right? I was just a Joe being like, well, I'm gonna put this
like
uniform on.
that guy
Yeah.
down in Texas. Like, I tell you from the opposite side. I was, you're down in Texas. All of a sudden, you start looking at people in New York that your whole life, right? We're like,
Yeah.
oh, the fucking assholes in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are Americans. like
Are they American?
they went from the biggest asshole in the world to that's my brother in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I went kind of a different route. I joined, so I started college out of high school, and I got my ex-wife, my girlfriend at that point, I got her pregnant. And I didn't believe in abortion. Did no political, no need to talk about that. I personally did not need my ex. And so we decided we're gonna have my son, who is now 18 years old. And so I needed to support him. So I joined the Coast Guard, because at that point, this is in actually 99. And we're not at war. We're not, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to join the Army. I didn't want to join the Marines. I didn't want to go join for something to train for something I hope never happened. So I joined the Coast Guard. And lo and fucking behold, a year and a half later, I'm sitting there with a freaking M16 in my hand, freaking riding on a little fucking RHI, going up a freaking, going up a channel in Louisiana, going, I want to go over there. I want to go, come whatever. So as soon as, I was tour complete, I OCS in the freaking Marines. Actually, OCS, almost in the Coast Guard like that. I got away with a bunch of bullshit, but I went over to the freaking Marines. Like, at that point, it was, dude, you attacked my country. And if anybody knows me, I was born in Scotland, moved to Canada, and I was naturalized. Actually, coming out of the Coast Guard, I had to get naturalized before I could even go into the Marines. So I got naturalized just so I can go and fight. And that was it, dude. When that freaking happened, all bets were off. I joined a peace freaking loving service, dude, that I call the Coast Guard, the freaking hippie love flower power of the military. Because we're saving people when everything is good. And I love what I did. But as soon as, as soon as somebody freaking did something on our ground, it was, let's freaking go. And the first fucking chance I had, did put a gun in my hand and get me out of here.
Yeah. I like what, one second. I like what Jeremy,
Go ahead, brother. I talk too much.
Sorry.
Keep going.
No, you're fine. I like what, not Jeremy, Jason just said on Facebook, on the chat. He was just like, yeah, there were no states. It was just one nation. And absolutely. And I think that's one of the things a lot of us are aching for too, is that, that first 10 years after, like, it was just a nation. It had nothing to do with borders, from one city to another. There were no borders. It was,
No, we're America.
yeah, exactly.
There was no, I'm from Jersey, I'm from
Yeah.
Cali, I'm from here, I'm black, I'm Hispanic, I'm this, I'm that. No, America was hit and we got pissed
Yeah.
as one nation.
Yep. And it's taken a lot. I don't want to get back into politics, but it's taken a lot to divide us back,
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring up politics, but it almost seems like concerted effort, because
Little
we're being
Caesar
forced
sucks.
apart more and more. And honestly, if everybody freaking remembers when they wake up in the morning, I'm a goddamn American.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what color, where the fuck you're from, what state, what you look like, what who you want to be with, whatever. You wake up in the morning, you're a freaking American. It's not for nothing. I will freaking take a bullet and I will freaking shoot a bullet any day for any one of you.
Well, we're Americans. It's how we used to be, and we damn sure should be. Because I know you guys are from the opposite side of the country. You always bring up New Jersey and all those crazy Easterner places. Yet you're still Americans.
Yep.
You're still assholes just like me.
Yep.
We unfortunately, politics has been trying to insert themselves into things that they should stay the fuck out of, because we all want to barbecue together and they're fucking it up for us.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, that's what I'm out here doing tonight, man. Just having a barbecue. Got, my sister, freaking buddy of mine, my wife, we're all out. I took the time because what is a more important time to have this call than the night before 9/11?
Yep.
Barbecue, friends, family, and the whole damn neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because like everybody's talking about heroes, there were no heroes on that day that had names or titles. First responders. The first responder could have been the fucking janitor who went going to help. That day was anybody who survived is a hero. That's not their world. That was ours.
Yep. That's real. I was trying to make that point earlier. It's the Americans that they didn't wear a badge. They didn't have a freaking, fireproof coat. They just had ash on their face trying to get somebody else out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Ash and morals.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't watch half the memorial videos of that day because everybody tries to lay claims. No, the people who survived and did that shit, there were kids in the videos.
Yep.
I might have served a decade in the army, but those kids are more heroes than me. They ran into the buildings just like adults did.
With absolutely no pretense.
Yeah.
No pretense, no training, right?
No,
Just
they
in the
went
middle of
in,
a fucking
they heard
storm.
somebody needed help.
Yep.
I don't know how many of us here have been in combat, but you know the term in the middle of a shit storm. Imagine you had no training, no nothing, it just happened to you.
Yeah.
And imagine reacting half as violent with half as much valor as some of your average citizens that walked out of that fucking building, no training, nothing.
Yep.
They went to work that morning to go freaking earn a paycheck. And an hour later, there's a building freaking tumbling down, people covered in freaking dust everywhere. And a bunch of these fucking people, dude, they ran back into that before even the first one, before anybody.
They weren't looking for direction. They were just getting the shit done.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anything more heroic. If you could issue the Medal of Honor to somebody non-military, there are at least
every
8,
fucking
10 people
one of
I
them.
know about that. Yeah, I would say everyone, but there were 8 or 10 I know that ran dude, in and out before anybody got there. And you look at these people and you're like, dude, you had no obligation, no training. You had nothing more than the goddamn freaking chutzpah, the American spirit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you want to know what? I think at last count, out of the 10 that I have in mind, I think 5 or 6 are dead from cancer or something they got from breathing in all the shit they sucked in, running in and out of the, that area. No, I'm not even talking in and out of the buildings. I'm talking the surrounding area, pulling people out.
20 blocks within that top 20 block perimeter.
Setting up response areas. There were 2 people that set up in the Brooks Brothers right down there. They set up they crashed the windows. They set everything up. They set up like a response center in the Brooks Brothers. Like everybody was coming through to get cleaned up and go out. And they were running out and like pulling people into there. Like just small things like that. Like everybody else ran, and there are these, you know, these freaking Americans that were like, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut my big mouth again now. Sorry, JP.
No, you're good, man. You are good. That's what we're here for.
Hey, Clark, man, I saw you hopping on, kind of hopping off, man. You want to tell us your story? You all right?
I'm good. I'm kind of listening tonight.
All right, man. Hey, brother, it's good to have you here. I like the beard, by the way.
Thank you. Slowly working on it again after a mistake.
Beautiful, man. Hey. Keep it up. I had to cut mine a little while back. Now I'm slowly starting to grow them back in.
I'm debating on cutting mine off.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to grow
never do
mine
that.
out as
You'll
long as
regret
I
it
can
every
get it.
time.
No, I want to grow mine
Oh,
longer
wow, look
than
at that.
yours.
I think it might be time for mine to go.
No,
No, just
Nah,
trim
dude,
it.
you gotta wait till
You don't need
Christmas,
the
Santa.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, no, you need to.
that's skinny
Okay.
Santa.
So somebody come over and trim it for me because these fucking things don't work right. If I attempt to trim it, that's what resulted in it all getting cut off last time. I'm lucky it didn't take a fucking eyebrow.
Like the
I'll tell
car
you
in the
what, man.
background.
You stay until Christmas. I'll come over freaking January 1st and cut it for you.
Oh, come on now. I'm younger than you. Well, I might be younger than all of you. But I look like fucking Bruno. It's really hard to take. I don't want to look like Santa Claus. Fuck you and your Snickers.
I'm a little. I might be a bit younger than you. Maybe not. We're probably right in the same area though.
I'm 36.
80. Okay, so I'm 5 years older than you. I'm 41.
Oh, all right. You got me by 2. I'm 39.
Oh, damn. So I
Working
am
on
Santa
40
Claus.
very quickly.
And the car, that's the last vehicle that I was able to drive. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of it because that does not haul around a power chair or a wheelchair very well.
I bet we could fix that.
Nah, it's gone.
Oh, we can get another one.
I'm stuck with a Jeep Cherokee Latitude that is a 4-cylinder front wheel drive piece of shit.
I'm driving my very expensive Ram 1500.
Yeah, I think it was expensive.
Oh, what a beautiful
Yeah.
truck, brother.
Yeah, it's a 20, not 20, yeah, it's a 2018 quad cab. I want to get the
Oh.
mega cab.
Gorgeous, brother.
Yeah.
Beautiful, but I just felt the fucking payment hit me in the gut.
It's $650 a month. That's what I pay on it.
Yeah, it hit me in the gut.
That's actually not
I
that
only-
bad, man.
And I only got it down to 27,000.
Hey, that's a beautiful truck.
So shiny.
You should see it. It lights up like a Christmas tree too.
I knew it was going to be shiny.
What color you got it in? Tell me
It's
you got
actually-
like a dark smoke blue or something.
It's actually a gray, a dark gray, but the reflective coating on it, not the reflective coating, the sparkles in it certain lights it looks gray, certain lights it looks blue,
Oh,
and
you
at
can't
night it
gay
looks
the truck
black.
up by saying it's got sparkles in it. You can't
Okay,
gay the
the-
truck up by saying it's got sparkles in it. Man.
Okay, okay, sorry. The
Say it's got
reflective
it's got
thingies in it.
reflective gray paint, something like that.
He
Okay,
said
reflective
sparkles.
gray paint.
He said sparkles.
It's
Well,
a
Dude,
okay,
Dodge.
he's trying to keep it together.
It's
He's got his
Dodge.
head
It's
down
not
so we don't
my-
see him laughing.
It's glitter.
My truck's
It's
chameleon,
glitter.
all right? It's blue, gray, and black.
He said glitter.
Oh,
No, I know what color you're talking, man. It's gorgeous. So let's keep
it's almost like a
sparkles out of
charcoal
Ram,
gray.
dude. It's just
Pearlescent clear coat that reflects different colors. It's in the damn manual.
It's awesome, no matter what, all right? Especially the customized brush guard I put on front of it.
Did you add lights?
Yes, I did.
How many?
Too many.
You can never have too many lights. We've
Well,
seen your models. They flash.
I have one of the models right here, actually. I got it displayed in my living room.
He's obsessed with lights.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Sky is falling.
Wait, reverse my camera. There you go.
Oh, see, he's getting all technical, showing off the lights.
Nice.
You know you like the lights.
That's what he.
You
Wait,
still
I
need to
have
add air hydraulics.
I
Either air
actually
ride
have-
or hydraulics. You
Actually,
gotta
I have a
bounce with
second.
the lights.
I actually have a second one right here.
Nice.
My
And
first one I ever lit
apparently-
up.
Apparently, the guy who just stepped into the meeting said it also needs a stripper pole. Apparently, it goes
It's
with
true.
the lights. He just spotted the lights in the camera.
Stripper pole. Well, you know, I have light bars. We can always put a stripper pole in the middle of my living room here, my dining room area. That could be the stage.
Attach it to the fan.
Yeah, no, take the fan out.
Tractor store 5x8 trailer, mobile stripper pole. with lights.
Mobile strippers on command, huh?
You got enough lights already? And now you're adding sparkles and fucking
goodness.
sprinkles. It's very much, you know, you're heading down that road.
Well, the sprinkles can be on the girls.
You already said it's in the paint. What are you gonna have the
Well-
girls on the hood?
Well, some of them might look good there. Just saying.
I don't know. You have
I'm
shown
a
us.
single. I am a single guy, so you know I got no life. I got 2 dogs, a turtle, and a bearded dragon.
But you've shown us the women at the bar when you've done
Security.
coach or security. Yeah.
I don't work there no more. That's done. I start my new job, new tractor trailer job Monday morning.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
It's going to be a tanker job,
Local, regional.
local, home every day.
Dude, did Mo
Sweet.
switch his name to Radar?
No,
No,
No, it's
that's
Jeremy.
no, that's Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Oh, I thought it was Mo. It sounded like it for a second because I'm on my phone. It sounded like that deep, sexy, pool boy voice.
He needs to pop on tonight.
Say the
it's-
name 3 times and you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Worked in the past.
Mo.
Uh,
Okay.
like Candyman, right? You got to look in the mirror, or is it no? That's Bloody Mary, right? Look in the mirror, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
It doesn't do nothing. I tried.
Maybe if you say ho 3 times, he'll get on.
What? Say ho?
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Wait,
I got a few
Jeremy.
buddies that I sent the link to. They might be in here shortly.
Yeah, man.
We had a private meeting with them last night, and one of them.
Nice.
So hopefully they'll jump on tonight. They said they were going to try and make it in. That's why I jumped in. I usually don't like to jump in while I'm in my vehicle, but I wanted to make sure if they jumped in between practice ending and me getting home that I was here, so they knew that I was here.
Right.
And I just like looking at Ronnie some nights, you know. I
Yeah.
think about him laying on like a pink bear rug and nothing but like a banana hammock.
Don't forget the lights.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, I went there. With
Oh, you went
tassels
there.
on his nipples, you know.
Here.
Hey, let me,
Just add popcorn ceiling and you got it.
hey, Albert, how are you doing this evening? It looks like you're
Hey.
actually doing something this evening.
No, man, I'm getting my fucking lunch together, dude. I'm going to work here. in a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit.
You're about to go to work. Okay.
Oh, there we go. My man, Ponce De Leon. What up, Booty Poo?
The lights. The lights.
See you out there on the border somewhere.
Yeah, man. I'm 2 hours south of San Antonio.
Are you okay? So I'm from Fort Stockton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not there now. I'm off, on the East Coast right now, unfortunately.
East Coaster.
I'm originally from El Paso, so Fort Stockton. I drive through there all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
you know exactly. Yeah, my family's got a ranch out there. So
Yeah.
El Paso is one of our big cities we'd go to. You know, it's either that or San Antonio. Well, San Angelo, because when we took livestock to
Oh,
market and
shit. I
stuff.
just ran over a skunk, dude.
Oh,
Good
Oh,
luck.
man,
No.
Yeah, it was
Not
a
the
fucking skunk,
skunk.
bro. Oh, shit. Sorry. I thought I was muted. Wayne and I driving back from practice, and I totally just hit a skunk.
that's awesome.
Don't you
Welcome
love
to
the smell?
Joe's Bar and Grill.
Oh,
You
I
kill
can
them, we
smell
grill
it
them.
too, bro. It smells like really good weed or some really bad BO.
Damn, he made it to Tijuana.
Dude, so I got a funny story about Ponce for you guys since I'm driving till I'll be home like 5. We were in the Hook, which is in the green zone right on the edge of Kurdistan. And he's going around and he's talking to people in Spanish, and more people spoke Spanish to him than they did fucking Arabic, man. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, remember
And
there
they
was that.
thought he was our interpreter too. They all kept coming to him to talk like he was our interpreter. He's like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. So he starts talking to him in Spanish.
Well, remember in Baghdad when we got fucking shot at? That one shopkeeper spoke Spanish and he was telling us all the fucking intel and shit.
Yeah.
That me and fucking Little Mig were fucking talking to him.
All right, I'm gonna hand the phone off to my son because I got a shift.
What's up, Albert?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you, brother. All suited up too, looking good.
Yeah, no, fucking some guys.
Don't let him fool you. He's undercover. He's just pretending to be border control. That's how he gets away without having a green card.
Oh, my
man.
god, I just got that shit.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And
Coming
ladies
at
and
you,
gentlemen,
Albert.
welcome to the Jerry Springer Show.
Yeah.
Hey, now he hears La Migra and he's like, no, that's me, bitches. I'm La Migra.
Hey, you know how awesome it is when they run?
You miss the shit talking, don't you, brother?
I do. It's a different
Well-
world here.
I actually used Driscoll in a scenario the other day.
He lost connection.
Yeah, I heard Driscoll and then it cut off.
If he was pulling up to his house, his phone's probably reconnecting to his Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it does to me when I pull in my driveway.
You are on hold. Please wait for the dial tone.
Well, I guess he's out, huh?
Yeah.
For the moment,
For the moment.
it's there, but it's pitch black.
Yeah. Wait, where?
Oh,
Nope.
there you go.
He gone.
No.
Now he's gone.
It's connecting.
Mm.
Please
Awesome.
resume conversation, even though everybody's forgotten.
Albert, how you been, bro?
Hey, I'm good, man. And yourself?
Good, dude. Good. Have any more
No.
thoughts? Well, thinking wise, like not like that. I didn't mean to frame it like that. My bad. Any more like, any more anything to share or whatever, or what? Are you good?
Yeah, right now I'm good, man. Yesterday,
Good.
what sucks is yesterday I cut it off short, dude. The fucking phone died.
Don't.
And then,
Yeah.
and then when I tried to get it on my charger, it just kept showing the red fucking light. And I'm like, well, could hurry the fuck up and turn on, man. And it took like 10 minutes and I was like, fuck this. And they probably got off already.
I think I was on for a couple more. I think I was on for like maybe 20 after. Greg and I were just shooting the shit. But dude, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I was like, no, they probably got off, dude. And fucking, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man.
Hey, looks like Greg's popping back on.
Oh shit, y'all about made me piss myself, man. My phone disconnected and I just got home.
I
I
figured.
just heard, hey, and I did. I did. I could feel it rolling down my fucking leg and shit.
I figured.
Did
I
it-
thought it might have been ball sweat for a second, but nope, it's definitely pee. It's warmer.
Oh my God.
I figured your son dropped your phone out the car window and you ran over it or something.
Whoa, man, who's got?
That's awesome. He's grinding.
Austin.
All right, I'm
the
gonna
demo
go.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna jump
That
on my
is-
computer. I'll see you guys in like 2 or 3 minutes.
I like it.
Got you.
That looks
I'm
really.
not-
That's nice, Austin.
3-hour tour.
Love you.
Look, I thought I said
Love-
leave,
love you too.
motherfucker.
Have a good day at work.
Wait, who's heading out?
No,
When
Albert.
when
Albert
I-
just said love you, and I said I was telling him love you back.
when I'm done, this one will look like this one.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Shiny.
Shit.
But I got some
You're-
news last night y'all are gonna love. So one of my customers, and I have some work being featured in Lowrider magazine here in the next upcoming months.
Is everybody had the lowrider song stream
Yep.
through their head?
Yes, it did.
Literally it did.
Okay. Yes, it did.
That's all I could think of was a lowrider song.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look
Thanks
up
to
this.
veterans.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
You are welcome.
Captain Obvious strikes again.
Boom.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I've got, from the sounds of it, I'm doing all the trim on this guy's. He's got a sick 63 Impala. I wind up doing all the trim, the bumpers. And this dude's getting ready to throw thousands into this project to get it ready for the car, to get it ready for the magazine shoot. And I'm okay with that. Couple grand of that is gonna go towards me.
Come on, Max. You always got to be a center of attention.
The peanut butter. We've
Yeah,
already discussed the peanut butter issue
Yeah.
before.
We're not talking about peanut butter.
yeah, you had peanut butter on your lips and other places already tonight, didn't you?
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Coming at him.
Okay, Ronnie.
Just for that,
Oh,
popcorn
you-
ceiling.
You know
It
what?
wasn't, it wasn't peanut butter. No, he's right. It wasn't peanut butter. It was Nutella.
Oh.
Oh God! Now you're just ruining it, man.
All right, I just left my house, so.
Uh-oh. Careful driving down Dyer. God, there's times I miss El Paso.
I
I've never
fucking
been
hate
there.
that.
The Army stole 8 years of my life in that fucking shithole town.
It is an armpit.
Actually, the Army and a distant cousin of mine fucked up 8 years of my life there. I was stationed on the same base with a distant relative of mine that has the exact same initials, same first, same last name, different middle name, doing the same fucking job. And we were there on the same base for like 4 or 5 years. Every time he get orders to go somewhere, they get deleted because my command would delete them.
Wow.
You will never go anywhere. Stay here.
Fuck, 8 years in El Paso from 05 to 13. Iraq and Afghanistan were the vacations.
So what's worse? What's worse, NTC or El Paso? I guess that's what is in Irvine.
No, El Paso had entertainment.
Yeah.
Either the random drug stashes that are found or giant bags of fucking cash that people mistakenly turn in. Dumb shits.
Hilarious. Right.
Or it's all about the UTEP miners.
Almost as glorious as mine, Ronnie.
I'm working on it.
And then you got to get the eyebrow going too. So you got to do it with
I got the
style. You do the twist up there, and then
Yeah, I saw you adjusting it, so you know. I
had to
I was
make
being
I
your
had to make
mirror.
sure I look pretty for you motherfuckers.
So
Look at this
cute.
Santa Claus over here.
I
Yeah,
know.
the Santa Claus guy.
Hey, don't
We got-
talk
Man,
shit
got
fuck
about,
you,
diet.
Ronnie.
hey,
got
don't
diet
talk shit
white.
about gray hairs. Don't talk shit about white and gray hairs. They're
I
people
got some
too.
in here. I got some in here too.
Yeah,
And I'm
but
only
you're missing all-
36
You're,
and I got them in here.
you're missing
All
that
of my
stuff up there.
gray were red. So I'm kind of glad that they've gone gray and white.
That's just a
I
sign.
have no red hair anymore.
So you no longer a ginger
I,
in the beard.
there's no fucking evidence. My 3 sons are gingers. I'm not. My 2 daughters are not gingers. So I'm brunette with gray hair. Fuck, I do not have red hair.
I have no hair. I got Mr. Clean going on up here.
I see you missed a spot.
No, I didn't. Where?
There.
It's shiny.
No,
Look, it goes with all the shiny.
no, the other there.
Jeremy, that's the Nutella. You didn't miss a spot. The dog missed a spot. That's the Nutella.
You see that, buddy? You see that?
Hey, I was wondering how long it'd take.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
So what's up, Ponce? How you doing today, man? You having a better day today?
Yeah, yesterday was fucking shitty. Well, sort of same shit.
Yeah. I kind of
Yeah.
missed what you and James were talking about. If you
Well,
feel
no.
like it, I'd love to hear it.
No, I was just telling him yesterday, man. It's just fucking. We're probably gonna get a divorce, which I already said I want one. I mean, we've been together fucking 12 years, dude. It's just that, like, fuck, man. Over the last few years, dude, she just like has me on lockdown. So like,
Yeah.
even the guys at work, like, hey, man, you want to have a fucking beer? Like, just us. And she's like, fuck no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she controls everything.
Yeah.
And which doesn't bother me. Like, I don't give a like. I have no friends here. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the guys at work, we talk, we bullshit, you know, whatever. And there's times that I'll fucking we'll go chill behind the fucking our building, and we'll go chug some beers. And you know, they stay there till fucking the afternoon and shit since I work at night.
Yeah.
But I'll like chug 2-3 beers, man, and then I take off. You know, like before fucking. She would have a shit fit if she found out that I had a beer after work.
So is it more that you're hanging out after work, or the fact that you had a beer? Because I might be able to put some insight on that.
Well,
Kind
no,
of
she's over the last fucking 10 years, dude, like the first 2 years were awesome.
Yeah.
And then after that, dude, it got fucking like to the point that she doesn't let me do anything, like at all. Like if you were to invite me to your fucking house to have a beer, not even a beer, dude, even just like, hey, bro, I got a new fucking video game coming out. And she'd be like, what, are you a fucking kid? Why are you going to go over there and play fucking video games? Like you're a fucking adult. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like,
I do.
Like that, dude. So she doesn't let me, she has to control everything. And she admits that she's very controlling. It's just now, dude, I'm done with it, bro. Like, I'd rather be able to control my life, do whatever the fuck I want. You know, I'll be a little fucking sad. Don't get me wrong. It's 12 years of my fucking life.
Yeah, it's a long time, man. It is.
And, you know, the kids, and what sucks is she'll go back to El Paso and I'll stay here in Laredo until I'm able to put in a transfer to go over there. I just don't want to go back to El Paso. But what the shitty thing right now is her dad starts chemo on Monday. He has cancer. And he's already like fucking 82, bro. So they even said he might not make it. So right now, today, her argument was just like, well, that's fucked up. You don't let me go. I was like, well, you can go, but how the fuck am I going to do it with work? I could put in emergency leave, which is not an issue.
Yeah.
But then she's like, well, if he dies on Monday, you know, I'm going to fucking blame it on you that I wasn't able to be there and shit.
Oh, that's shitty, man. Something like that.
And then I'm like, well, okay. And I tried to talk to her before I left, before I got on this shit. As I was getting dressed, I was like, well, look, I'll request the day, like 4 days off, so you could shoot up there and I'll stay here with the kids and deal with the school. And I'll just sit at home and do shit.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, yeah, that's fine. But I shouldn't even have to ask you. You know, you should have fucking thought of that on your own. And fucking, I'm just saying, if Monday goes wrong and something happens, like we're taking off. I was like, well, yeah, that's fine. That's obviously fucking what we would have to do, you know?
Yeah.
Your dad just died. Like, well, yeah, no shit, we gotta go. But
that's a rough situation, man. Like, you know, because only you know the ins and outs of the relationship, like where you guys are at, like, you know how you feel about, like, you know, if you have that connection and that spark, and if that love's still there, even though she may be controlling. Like, I mean, you know, my wife Joni, like, we got together and I mean, we were drinking and partying like doing everything under the sun like crazy, and then all of a sudden, like a few years ago, you know, I started having major health issues, and then she becomes like a hardcore straight edge and controlling. Like, I have to, like, I'm not supposed to drink. Every now and again I have a beer, but like I pretty much quit. But like, man, if there's even a hint of alcohol in me, man, I catch the 5th degree and I'm like in the doghouse. Like, even if and I went from like killing 12 packs and bottles a day to, you know, one beer every now and again. And if I take that one beer,
motherfucker, you were finishing a bottle before lunchtime and you're
all right. You know, I went from, and she was with me through that, but now it's like very controlling. But you know, our situations may be different. Hers is more because she's looking out for my health, and I think she just enjoys being in the daddy chair now because she kind of has my nuts in a vice.
And I could kind of see that, dude. Like that, I could understand if I was having health issues, dude, and she's just trying to keep you alive, and you're the one that's fucking it up. I mean, I could see her, you know, flipping out and getting mad and shit. Where I guess in my situation, she's just trying to control every aspect of my life.
You know, that's why I asked how much, you know, if it was just when you were drinking or if it's just anytime you go out, because sometimes, you know, those of us, especially guys like you, myself, Dave, you know, and some of our other battle buddies, you know, think about how much we drank and, you know, continue that into the civilian life. Like the way we drank when we were in the barracks and, you know, out at, in these other countries and anywhere we went, like, bro, we in the civilian world, we're raging alcoholics, but in the military, it's just another day. You know, that's you know, and sometimes we get these spouses that see that and they're like, yeah, you need to tone it back, and we think they're trying to control. That's why I asked that question.
No, dude, and it was, you know, at first when I first met her, it was the same way. Like you and Joni and shit, like fucking, we'd be partying, and then once we got married, and I left to when I got orders to go to DC, like I was only in El Paso for like a year.
Yeah.
And I got orders to go to DC, and then that's when, you know, completely changed, man. I fucking cut out drinking. Not really cut it out, but just on my weekends, you know, she really kept me straight, and it's been like that for years. I only drink on the weekends on my week. Like yesterday, I was fucking kind of having a meltdown, you know, before you got on, just because, like, well, I was pretty fucking drunk already by then.
Hey, with that, make sure you, I don't know if you have already, but make sure you follow Project Refit on Facebook, and make sure you got James and a few of the guys in here, and as well myself. We could always, like, if you're in one of those moods or you're just feeling super down, like I did for Guz last night, or
Yeah.
Ski, you know, we got Ski in here too from Scouts. You know, we're always here. So like there'll be somebody here 24 hours for you, man. So like, you know, just like Guz last night, look, we reached out, got things set up and got people ready. So like, if you're in one of those spirals, or even if you're just like, man, I'm having a shit day, fucking things are going bad, I just need to fucking vent, bro, we got you. That's what this program's for. Like it's great. And I don't know if James really explained to you, like, it's not just a circ and jerk PTSD meeting. Like, you know, it's like we're in the CP and we're all here talking shit, but if there's something serious, bro, we got your six right there.
No, that's good, man. It'd be helpful, dude, especially like, dude, lately, I don't know what it's been over the last few years, man. At least once a month, dude, I have a fucking, like, a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to the point, like, shit, a few weeks ago, man, I had to go to the fucking ER just to, like,
calm yourself down.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't, like, I freaked the fuck out, and then I can't breathe, and it feels like I'm having a heart attack. So then my wife, like, she does try to calm me down. You know what I mean? Like, chill out, fucking. She tries to take my mind off of it, but nothing works, man. Once I can't breathe, I'm like a little bitch, man, and I'm fucking pacing. And
so next time you get into that, I've done it in the past, and then I'm actually going through some pretty high intense PTSD therapy now. I was actually about to go into a PTSD facility, like into not inpatient, but like at a ranch. But then I got with this therapist, it's just, she breaks down every aspect of these panic attacks and these anxiety, like from the brain chemicals to how guys like you and I react from stuff that we've been in, and why our anger kicks up in a fuse, or why we get into these panic attacks and can't freeze. So next time you get something like that, get some ice and a sink and fill it up with cold water and stick your head in it. What happens, and this is the science behind it, your body then stops forgetting about the panic and the anxiety and is focused on that cold and breathing. So then you're now focused on the breathing and trying to keep your core temperature where it's supposed to be. So you lose that panic attack and focus on your body. And like, I used to do this anyway before I got into this therapy, but she broke it down like Crayola style for me. I'm like, man, that's why that always works for me. But it tricks your mind, and your mind can't focus on the extreme cold. Sorry, I got my father-in-law calling.
Yeah, basically it gets your mind and resets it, right? It's like it totally, the whole ice in the sink. I'm going to pick up where he left off. It resets, right? And it is a fantastic tool to use. And I have used that a couple times myself. I've also had, like, I went through a year and a half of some hardcore therapy too on that. And I did drop, I know you can't see it now because you're driving everything, but when you get a chance, I just dropped my number into the chat, and that goes for anybody on here. Most everybody has it already, but you know, if you find yourself in that, you know, in that situation, like, call me. I mean, most cases I have my phone on me. I can take that call, and or you know, send me a text, and I can drop what I'm doing most days, and, you know, step out of where I work and give somebody a call. But yeah, the ice, man, that it totally helps you reset, and get you back in the game. You're like, okay, and then you can start processing, right? You go from the panic to processing, where did that come from,
right?
And why is it there? And is it one of the things that I've learned, you know, and this is something my wife taught me, and that is, you know, ask that question when you can snap out of that panic attack, or whatever it is that whatever is happening. Sometimes my panic attacks actually what am I trying to say? They showed an anger, right? I'd get angry and I'd yell, and I realized that it had nothing to do. In the state that I was in had nothing to do with me actually even being angry. It was that I was having a stupid panic attack and I just freaking snapped, and it was totally dumb. But that's what the ice, being able to put that ice in the sink, put your head in there and be like, okay, how do I approach this? I'm going to throw this out because I'm going to let you get back in the saddle there, Greg. I was just kind of picking up where you left off, but I just started a book and it's actually pretty phenomenal. I'm still within like the first 2 chapters, and it's called Arsenal of Hope. It's a short book, but my therapist that I'm going through right now, that she recommended it because she's almost done with it, and she was like, hey, you need to read this, James. and so I'm reading it right now. Well, Audible, listening to it, and it's this first 2 chapters have been it kind of hits home with some experiences and just ideals. I won't go into it. I'll let y'all read it, but yeah, Arsenal of Hope. So what am I thinking? Yep, that's it. Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
So what brought on, was there a trigger point that brought on that panic attack? Like, is it just getting overwhelmed, or like your wife's on you and then the kids, and like you just get home from work and it's just like, fuck man, I just need a fucking breath, everybody just leave me the fuck alone for a goddamn second? Is that
dude, it's weird. Usually I get them as I'm falling asleep. And which I don't know what's actually triggering it. Like kind of right now, I have the hotness, like, like a hot flash kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I have right now. But I think that's just merely because, like, right before I left, my wife was, like, when I was getting in the shower, it's just like, well, if he dies, it's, I'm going to have a grudge against you. It's all your fault. You're kind of keeping me here. And I'm like, I'm not keeping you here. I can't just pick up and go, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of shitty of her to put it on you like that. And then you got to deal with that your whole shift. And, you already got enough on your head. And then, you got that extra anxiety, and that anxiety will get your blood pressure going, which will raise your heat, man.
Yeah, dude, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But usually I get them as I'm falling asleep, and it feels like I'm in that realm of like I had just dozed off, but something startled me.
Yeah.
And then that's when I get the hotness like within like seconds, man. And then I just start panicking from there. But panic, like, I don't know, like you guys say you got like rage. I never get rage. I get like, dude, I can't breathe. I'm having a heart attack and I'm hot as fuck. And I start pacing my room, like back and forth, just trying to get my air. And some of them last anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour until my wife, what she'll do is she'll give me like fucking NyQuil and then to put my ass to sleep. And then that works.
Have you tried just taking a cold shower sometimes?
I haven't tried that. I've tried the whole like ice in my hand.
Yeah, just try a shower next time. Like start it on like warm and then turn it to cool. Almost like coming in after doing yard work on a hot day. Like you just don't want to blast yourself with that cold water. You kind of get it lukewarm and then just slowly, gradually get it colder and colder. And then it'll drop that. Because I've had similar situations where I'll be laying in bed and just out of nowhere I'm having problems breathing, and then my blood pressure spikes, and then I feel like I'm hot as fuck, and then I break out into sweats, and then like I'm just like fuck man, and then like I can't sit still. And so what I've had to do in those situations is actually get in the shower. Sometimes I have gotten lightheaded, but it's helped me. And maybe different situations, it could be something medical too, if you're having blood pressure problems or something like that, that could be part of that. It'll cause those hot flashes and things like that.
I mean, it could be. I'm fucking, what is it? Lisinopril, like fucking the lowest dose, just because my blood pressure is high, but not like death high. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just fucking, and then I'm taking a shit ton of anxiety fucking pills. I got that Buspirone. Valiflax or some shit like that. That's the one I'm on. I just got recently changed from sertraline and something else.
Yeah.
Because some
The
of the
Buspirone, man, I
medication,
couldn't stay on that stuff. It made me too like too lightheaded, like a balloon. Like I'd take it and I'd just be kind of like, you know.
and see, there was a medication that did that shit to me, man. And my wife even went with me to the appointment. She told me, like, no, he doesn't want to. Now that he doesn't want to do shit, like he's literally like spaced the fuck out.
Yeah.
So now they moved me to this shit. This shit seems to be helping me, but I still have my fucking panic attacks. But I don't think it's helping that over the last few months, the fucking wife, and, you know, we're already on a rocky shit. And right now that her
Yeah.
dad has cancer, fucking doesn't really help.
As silly as this may sound, and the VA does have options for you too, because I just realized it because I was paying $400 a month because Joni and I just hit, oh man, just a few months ago, we went through an extreme, like we were done. Like I was in a huge depression. I'll read something later that I wrote and you guys be like, dude, that's not you, but that's how I was feeling. And we were just like, I felt like bottom of the barrel piece of shit. And, you know, we were just done, man. And we've been together almost 11 years now. And, but I'm sorry, I lost my track of mind.
You guys are explaining medication,
And your counselor.
skewed medication results.
Yeah.
You guys are explaining what actually I'm suffering from, which is lesions to the pituitary gland, which makes the body, it doesn't allow the body to regulate body temperature.
Mm-hmm.
When you're transitioning from being awake to being asleep, all of that, lesions to the pituitary gland, the body doesn't understand it. You definitely contact your clinician because it might not be mental. They misdiagnosed me with hypothyroidism and dosed me with the proper medication for it. Unfortunately, they didn't do the test confirming I had hypothyroidism. I suffered the consequences. So I would have them double checking things, as you just explained what goes on with me all the time, but they acknowledged the pituitary gland lesions on MRI. I'm not saying it is what you guys are explaining, but it damn sure sounds identical. And it will make you stress and freak and do stuff not explainable.
And another thing, you know, it sounds silly, and you know, it took Joni and I 11 years before we did, but it actually made a world of difference, man. We got into marriage counseling, and you know, we've had a few sessions, and it just opens up so much. And I mean, if you guys want to save your marriage and stuff, like it's worth a try. Like, it's helped us out a lot.
She did ask the other day. She's like, well, let's see a fucking counselor. But I straight up denied that. I was like, you know what? I'll listen to what they have to say, but I probably won't put in.
But
like,
see,
I don't know. And
it's
see,
worth it, man. You got to go into it with an open, like if you want to save it, you got to go into it with an open mind. I mean, you got a wife and kids, like, you know, we haven't talked in quite a while, but I mean, if you love her and you love your family and you think it's worth saving, just go into it with an open mind. I mean, the worst thing that happens is you keep your family and, you know, stay with this woman that you once loved or still loved. And, you know, you continue this. Worst case scenario, you get the divorce that you guys want, you know, but I mean, if you think it's worth saving your family, you know, give it a try.
And it is, man. I guess I'm just being selfish, dude. And also fucking, like, I don't know, dude. I'm just so tired of it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Stresses me out so fucking much, especially like, you know, she talks down to me and shit. She's always fucking shit. And then like with this shit, like, oh, if my dad dies, it's your fault that I wasn't there, which, I mean, it's just hard with the kids being in school and shit. How am I just going to be like, hey, yeah, pack your shit, move everything over there, and I'll find an apartment and I'll fund a house over there for you to be able to do whatever the fuck you want when you're not with your dad, you know? And that's the thing too, is when she's in El Paso, she goes with her sister, her friend, they go get coffee. They could even go get a beer. I don't say shit, man. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. You know, go out, have a beer. But then I can't have a beer in my house. So, you know, that's kind of where it's fucked up. And then that's when I become a fucking asshole.
Yeah. That's understandable, man.
But then, no, dude, I'm just stressed. So I'm just kind of like, I'm over it already. You know what I mean? But I mean, you are right. I guess I got to fucking just stop being selfish. Just fucking attempt it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? Either we continue the path that we're on and divorce, or we
You
stay
fix
together.
it and you let it, and all these things are set out and it's mediated. That's kind of the great thing. Like Joni and I, we had some issues, and you know, we were sitting there and we talked about them, and I'm like, well, this always makes me, and she goes, well, I didn't realize that, because, you know, she looks at me and knows everything I've been through, kind of like you guys, and you guys that started to be like, you know, you look at me and, you know, see this big tough guy, but she always forgets how, her words, how much of a sensitive little bitch I am, you know? So there are some things she says that, like, it breaks me, man. Yeah, I'm this guy that's a big hard rock, but there are certain things that are said and it just crushes me. And maybe she doesn't realize that's what's happening with you too, or it's said when you guys are arguing, so she doesn't take it to a point of really processing it. Maybe it, you know, I'm not trying to stick up for her or anything. I'm just giving outside points of view from my situations.
From multiple divorces, I'm going to chime in and say, if she's willing to go to counseling and you want your marriage from a multiple divorcee, don't rob yourself of chance of saving your family.
Yeah. If she's willing to
It's
go
a
and willing
chance.
to be open to it, go into it with an open mind. I mean, you know, it's worth the chance, man.
All right. And what were you saying about the VA shit though? The counseling with the VA?
So the VA does offer marriage counseling. So if you get with if you have a therapist or a primary care provider through the VA, you could contact them, and you don't even have to have one. You could talk to them, and there are marriage counseling programs for veterans and their spouses.
You can also look up Headstrong. They are not part of the VA, but they do give services to veterans and their spouses. So if you're worried about the VA tracking stuff and writing stuff down, go to Headstrong, because they do not report like the VA does.
Is it the headstrongcounseling.com, JP?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm actually using them.
All right. I'm going to post that link in the chat right now.
They're very professional. The counselor I'm with right now is phenomenal. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Actually. I would recommend them. So,
I'll open it up on Facebook and post it in the Facebook chat too.
Like it. Yeah, I'm gonna chime in too. This is one of my bread and butters between marriage and parenting, and trying not to mess it up after 16 years. It's work, right? And I want it to work. And I've had to eat my pride on several occasions, and I'm approaching this from my perspective, and knowing that I can, because of my experience and where I didn't realize I was until later, that I was kind of an asshole, and I had to come to terms that I can be an asshole, and I need to actually listen. I'm not saying that's where you're at, so I don't want it to come across like that's what I'm saying, right? But I appreciate it when my wife says things that like hurt. They can be hurtful sometimes, and I have to I don't necessarily like it all the time, but I appreciate it because I'm able to be like, oh, okay, you know what? I need to think about what she's saying and process it, and then reevaluate it, and maybe even bring it back into a conversation later. One of the things that my wife and I have done, and it's been a while, we're actually getting ready to do it again, and it's a Christian organization that we use, and it's called A Weekend to Remember. It's through Family Life. That's another organization. It's really good. It's a Christian-based organization. But even if you're not a Christian, if you do this Weekend to Remember, it's phenomenal. It's a great way to just focus on you and her. And they probably in your area, they have them all the time. And you can just look up, you can go to familylife.com. I'll put it in the chat here in a minute. And you can look them up and do that. And it's a great reset button to think about what you value in your marriage and what is working, what isn't working. It also, part of the seminar portion of it, they give you these tools to go back to your hotel room right when you go into it and be like, hey, wow, this is really good. I heard them say this. What do you think about it? This really impacted me. Can we talk about this? And then it gives you that ability to, how do I say it? So it's like going to counseling, but it's like a pre-counseling, right? Before you go into like hardcore once a week or once every 2 weeks counseling. It's just like, you know what, let's do something random. Let's just spend a weekend, just you and I, doing this Weekend to Remember. You're gonna, yeah, you got to pay for it and everything, but it's a great investment, I guess. If you're wanting to work towards that, it's a fantastic investment. Plus, it's like one of those like, when was the last time that you and your wife actually took the time, just you and her, away from the kids, to focus on just you, right? And to focus on you as in having a conversation between the two of you, not anything else. And when you do it, like if you do the Weekend to Remember or something like that. So I'm telling you this because actually my wife and I are scheduled to go to one in November. We were like, man, we haven't done this in a while. There's one coming up soon. I think it's down in DC. We're like, let's go to that. And it's actually, we found it. We've 16 years. So our first 10 years of marriage, we probably went to one every about twice to two times a year. We went to one of those Weekend to Remembers. And I'd say that was definitely gave us some tools in our toolbox, in our marriage toolbox to, when we were at some of our worst places, we were able to pull those tools out and be like, okay, got this, we can overcome it. So that's another resource you can use. And because I try to put a lot of thought into it, I'm more than happy to also, we cannot hear you, Michael, right now, if you're trying to talk. But yeah, that's just what, I just want to put that out to you. Oh, sorry. What I was going to say is that you can call me. That's another thing you can call me about, and we can sit down and we can, I'll listen to that and give you some, if you want,
right,
some feedback. And Greg's absolutely right, and so is Jeremy. Like, if you want it to work, if you are not absolutely done, and she is the one that's bringing it up, like, hey, let's do counseling, like, by all means, like, that's gold. You can't, it's kind of a rarity in a marriage, actually, and I can be corrected. Like, it's, if the one person is like, hey, let's go do this together, it's almost rare sometimes for the other person to be like, yeah, wow, okay, wasn't expecting that, let's go do it. So, I don't know.
No, man, and the same thing goes for you guys, dude. If anyone needs to talk, dude, I ain't no fucking counselor. I don't have the best, but just to listen, man. I'm fucking.
Yep.
I work at nights, dude. So most of the time, so I mean, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, I don't give a shit, dude. Even if I'm off work, man, my phone's always next to me.
Yep.
But no, man, it's. I think I'll talk to her today, right now, here in a little bit, and be like, hey, you know what? I guess I'll put my selfishness aside and give it a try, man. But I know it's gonna be hard, especially if her dad doesn't make the first round of chemo here on Monday. Then it's gonna go to shit.
Oh yeah, I got to share something. I'm
I was
sorry,
gonna
it's
say,
gonna
I
make
don't
y'all
know if
laugh.
you can hear me now. Can anybody hear me now? Or
Yeah, we can hear you, Michael. Let Greg
Okay.
finish his thoughts though first.
yeah, no,
There's a
please,
little-
please, Greg. I'm sorry. I wanted to see if I could.
You're good, brother.
Little off subject, but I just saw something, and it's one of those funny things you just got to share with someone, otherwise it's not as funny.
Right.
So I saw this kid's test, and the question was, who killed Goliath? And the answer is blank and then VID. The kid put COVID instead of David.
Oh man, that's great.
Oh my goodness. I just had to share that.
That's pretty funny.
But get this. So I'm not like an anti-vaxxer or like anything like that. But I do know that they've had these tests that, were false positives, the COVID test. Now at my kids' school and the whole county, they're giving them gift cards, Visa gift cards, to get a COVID test every week. Like at the school, they're like, come to school, get a COVID test, and we'll give you a $20 gift card. Like,
Wow.
like, why do you have to pay people to, like, I don't know. It just seems shifty, man. I'm sorry. Not to be like a conspiracy theorist or bring up like conspiracy thoughts, but I mean, man, did they ever do that for the flu test? Hey, come get your flu shot and we'll give you a $20 gift card. Man, I would have been like haloing it up right there. I would have been like, man, I would have been in like every other day. Hey, yo, let me get that flu shit, homie.
Got a cough, motherfucker.
Right.
Hey, you're old enough. No, you got a Tootsie Roll. Come here, kid.
Hey, I threw that Weekend to Remember link, Family Life link into the chat as well. And
All right.
and do remember, like, before we sign out or before you log off, like save it. Like, go to your phone. There should be a way to save the whole chat. That way, otherwise, once we get off, like all of this is
I'll
gone. All chats are gone.
I'll cut them right now, and then I'll send them to you in a
Albert, I
Facebook
wanted
message.
to say something really quick before, if anybody can hear me. Albert, I wanted to say something really quick because I went through kind of that same sort of issue with my first wife, and I ran through a couple of bad relationships. I'm with an amazing woman now. She's my wife now. I know, like, it's all like, to me, it was always her fault. You know what I mean? It was always like her fault. And I had, you had that kind of arrogance. Like, for me, it was like, oh, I served, I did this. And I was, you get this big head. I'm not saying you're wrong for any stretch of for any of this, but it always, like, it helped me finally, like, with the amazing woman that I have now, to kind of, be able to take a step back and kind of see my own fault in it and realize there are two sides sometimes. And I just understand, like, we get in our heads sometimes, and it's so difficult to see the side that's being projected on you and feel like you've got to fight back instead of work towards, the goal of keeping your wife and the goal of keeping the kids together. And instead you feel like you're this pincushion, you're being attacked. And I'm not trying to say, like, you're a victim. I'm not trying to say that, you're not right to feel the way you are. I know from my own experience, dude, I always thought, like, dude, I was always right. It didn't fucking matter,
Yeah, and dude, sometimes I do get like that. It's just, I think that, the arrogance is there, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just so done and just so tired that I don't give a shit. Like, right now, lately, these last few months, it's been the I don't give a shit attitude. And it doesn't obviously make shit any nicer with her, you know what I mean? Because I'm not there. I'm not caring. So it is somewhat my fault too. But I guess.
Oh, dude, and please don't think I'm saying it's all your fault or anything. I was not trying to. Believe me, I wasn't trying to say that.
No. You're good, dude. It's fucking. I'm not the type of person that. Oh, he said this. I'm gonna go cry about it. Fuck no, dude. I got thick ass skin, man. Fucking.
No,
But
he
no,
doesn't. No, he doesn't. Don't let him fool you. He gets his feelings hurt real quick. He'll run to his room and moo all night long.
I'll go truck fucking parked in the dark and cry. I guess there's a group of 100.
Hey, dude, if you're crying on the side of the road because it's my fault, man, I feel real bad, but don't ever do it on my account. I'm not worried.
He's just mad because he can't have Gloria's hair like mine. Look, my hair's so big I can't even fit it all
Dude,
on the
Jesus
camera, bro.
Christ, man, that's just beautiful, bro. That's gorgeous, man.
If you didn't have your background, we could see it better. Now it's like this little blur in your flat.
Yeah, let me see if I can turn my
You kind of got like a little
real
Elvis booth going right now, bro.
I am so jelly
not
right
doing you
now.
justice.
Bro.
It's big, man. It comes up like.
How long are you guys gonna be on?
I'm hosting, so it's until everybody else is like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. So this is, the night before 9/11, so I'm hosting and drinking. So there you go. That's what I'm doing.
All right, yeah, because I got my meeting here in 10 minutes. I just got to check my email, grab my truck, and throw my gear in.
Or
And
how about
then,
we get another Mexican? Only one Mexican allowed per meeting.
hey, there's 100
Oh my
of them.
God, dude, you broke every rule of the freaking of Project Refit in one.
Yeah, exactly. What I was
How'd
about
you
to
do
say.
that?
Why I was like, oh dear Lord, dude.
James is sitting over there just fucking like choking himself right now. Going, oh my God.
Dude, Jeremy, that's some nice hair you got too, man. Just shave it on the sides; it'll be the same as his.
I used to do that. I got bored doing it.
You almost have that Chris Christopherson look, dude.
He does, doesn't he?
Dude, you got to dye it purple and stand it up and.
Oh wait, I'm actually young enough to know, or old enough to know who that is.
Yeah, thanks.
Ed, I'm gonna have to get off here and go to my meeting.
All right, man. I'll be
give
here.
me about 30 minutes, and if you guys are still on, dude, I'll pop on and I'll just go park somewhere in my truck because I don't know if there's traffic going on, but
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, I threw my number
Nice.
in the freaking thing too. I'm not on here all the time, but I'm definitely always open to help anybody out. So
Yeah.
feel free
Oh,
to.
there we go.
well, I
And
think
it's-
they're on the chat too. I put my phone number for Greg. I mean, you guys can get it and fucking call me whenever, dude. Same shit. I'm here to listen, man. I'll fucking try to help you guys out if anything, if no one else is around and shit. But
And on every other Sunday, call for a good time.
Dude, if anybody writes my number in a freaking bathroom, thank you.
I got you, bro. I got you. I live right next to a truck stop.
Oh, beautiful, bro. Hey,
There's
going.
even a hole in the door right next to where I squat. So
So we have
Near, near.
one second, guys. So we have a let's see, I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce her first name, but Bartley, her last name is Bartley.
oh,
on Facebook.
Quincy.
Yeah, on Facebook, she wants to ask us a question. So we'll wait for that here in a minute. I'm just prepping y'all. So I have no idea what the question is yet. But she'll put it in there in a minute. So yes, please, Bartley, ask a question.
She's a good gal.
Next
She used
up.
to when I used to stream, she'd be in my channel almost every day.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, that hair. Love it.
Dude,
Love it,
yes.
Dude, that's freaking gorgeous, bro. Like, come on, man. Sexy beast,
but
bro.
I'll try to
Sexy
pop
beast.
on here in a little bit, guys.
All right, Ponce. Thanks for
All right,
coming in,
man.
brother. Good to see
Hey,
you
no
again,
problem,
man.
dude. I'll definitely get on 30 minutes if you guys are still around, dude.
All right.
And we've got no lives.
All right. Neither
They
do
don't. I have a life. I just came on because I knew you were going to be here.
You
No.
liar. It's a Friday night and your ass is in here.
But all right, guys, fucking good talking to you, and I'll get on here in 30 if you're still on.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
brother.
Somebody be here.
Man, I'm actually jealous you have hair to do that with.
Man, it's taken me 6 months. I've been growing it out 6 months.
So
Mine don't want
Dude,
to
I had
grow.
mine going for freaking like about the same amount of time. Then all of a sudden I had to start going back to in-person meetings.
Yeah.
And now I've got the freaking like little Billy Idol cute fucking dude. I look like a fucking like Justin Timberlake fanboy right now. It's
I
terrible.
just
don't
woke up
like
one day, like I always kept a nice high and tie. I've never had long hair. And like about 6 months ago, I told my wife, I was like, dude, I want to see how long I could get it. I want to put it in some nice Viking braids and braid my beard. And she goes, well, do it. So here's 6 months worth of growing hair.
Oh, dude, I had mine. I had the COVID hair, bro. Like I would even make fucking. I would make jokes going on camera for like Zoom meetings. I'm like, I don't turn on my camera because I got COVID hair.
So
But then I couldn't do that anymore, and then we had to go in-person meetings. All of a sudden, I'm back to freaking like boy band look.
I learned all the tricks to the pony, how to put it in, and then you pull the hair to the side and cinches it up.
all right,
Like
so
Japanese warrior right there tying it up.
so she asked a question not on our the live stream post, but on our on Refits chat, and it says she has a friend that their friend just committed suicide, and so she's wondering, she's asking us how does she need to, what does she need to do, right, to be there for a friend. And obviously somebody already posted, probably James or somebody on the page. There's like you generally have to be there for them emotionally. Don't force anything. Also let them know about us. So yes.
So, I mean, if I could say something, kind of how I came to this, James and I were on a business meeting, and we kind of talked about my service. I had mentioned my spot, and my best friend who I owned a business with, actually, after we got out, he Cobained himself, like just freaking out of nowhere, happy. And we came back, you couldn't even tell there was anything wrong with him doing. And I still to this day, like, I was the last person he ever spoke with, and I didn't know there was a problem minutes before he was in a bar drinking, and he called me and just, hey, whatever. And I didn't have time for him. And I told him I call him back, and he freaking, like, apparently the guys at the bar realized there was something wrong. They followed him out to his freaking truck, and he waved a shotgun at him, told, like, get the fuck out of here, got in his truck and did his deed. And the only thing I can fucking tell you, there's nothing you can do. Just be there when they fucking call, and make sure you show up at their house and talk to them. But don't force them. Don't ask them to fucking say anything. Just be there. Even if they sit quiet on the phone for a fucking hour, just be on. It's the most horrible fucking feeling in the world. And nobody's ever gonna want to talk about it. They just want to know you're fucking there, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what, if you're, give us a thumbs up if you're listening to this. Quincy, is that right? Did I say that right? Greg, Quincy?
Yeah.
Okay. If you are listening, you can just give us a thumbs up, because Michael's right in that sense, and the post that it was already posted about just being there. Part of it isn't about saying anything. It's not that much. It's not about that at all. It's sometimes just showing up, right? And not saying a word, just looking them in the eyes and just sitting down, if they drink a beer or whatever, hand them a beer, sit down.
Yeah, just understand you're never gonna fix it. You're never gonna fix it, but
yep.
Just being there. They're gonna want to talk eventually. It took me for freaking ever.
And that's exactly,
just freaking be around, man. Like a fucking a smile, a face that's present.
And send them our way, send that person this way and be like, hey, these guys, they are, we are not new to this. This is not a subject. That is why we're here. We are here to support people like that. And in that case, it doesn't have to be a service member, first responder or police
Yeah.
officer. It doesn't, because in the
my
end,
number is in the chat. I'll sit on the other phone, on the other end of the phone, silent for an hour.
yeah. Well, she's only on the Facebook chat, so I mean, if you want to contact her through the Facebook, you can go to this video on Facebook, Michael, and message her. That way, it's not posted and blasted out there. Some random person calls you.
I gotta live vicariously through you, JP. What are you drinking?
This is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna try to say this. It's called Terrible. It's hilarious. It's a dark beer. I can't.
Nice.
Hold on. I gotta take my stupid.
I've been drinking fake beer, man. Like,
Have you? I'm sorry.
the Heineken fake beer is not too bad, and then I got Pabst just came out with a fake beer, and it's Pabst. That's
My laundry's on the couch here. That's why I had my screensaver on.
Yeah.
I gotta fold my laundry. But it's
oh
called
nice.
Terrible something. Hold on. I'll find it and put it in there.
I drank Long Island.
So
That hurts my stomach just thinking about it, Ronnie. Oh my goodness.
it's a dark beer.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I drink is dark beers.
Have you had that Mississippi Mud or that Arrogant Bastard?
I haven't. I think I don't know. I've heard of the Arrogant Bastard.
Bro, the Mississippi Mud tastes like mud. It comes in like this little jug. I got it just for the bottle. Like I sipped it and I was like, bro.
Yeah.
And then the
Nice.
Arrogant Bastard, man, it was so like I don't know if I got like the nitro one, but I popped the cap and it hit the fucking ceiling. But yeah, I've been having to drink fake beer because I can't drink any type of alcohol. I don't know if you guys know, I got diagnosed with TBI related dementia. So
right.
Alcohol like boosts the effects of that by like 500%. So my wife's got me on a pretty strict diet, and like I'm not even allowed to drink out of aluminum can. She'd be pissed if she knew that my near beer was an aluminum can.
Wow. Yeah.
She's
So
dumb.
you don't want this, Greg. This is 10.5%.
Yeah.
And it's all in this one. It's a corked bottle. That's also what I like about the beer that I drink, because it's corked. It's
Yeah.
not.
That's
it's not-
nice.
it's-
Yeah.
It just tastes. I don't know. You can call me a snob, but it just tastes better.
And then like I got all these high-end bottles of scotch in my cabinet, and I'm just like,
Look at
they
it.
call to me like I get stressed and like, Greg. I'm like, stop it. Like I almost have a mind to pour them out or give them away, but I'm like, no, I spend way too much. Like it's literally like in my cabinet, I got probably about $1,300 worth of scotch just sitting there. I did go buy them all at once. It's just collection over time, But
You could
it's
just
like
send those up here.
I was gonna say, hold on. I'm a true Scotsman, born.
Like I got like 4 different types of Balvenie, a bunch of Glenlivet, Glenmorangie. I got some
Got any
good
Dolany?
bourbons too, like Blood Oath bourbon. Some Basil Hayden's was one of my favorite, and just different ones. But it's like a collection over time. Now it's just good drink collection for guests.
It's a torture device held to
Yeah.
make you remember.
Oh, it definitely bends my willpower. I'll tell you what. But I'm going I lost even more weight. Like I was down to 274. I'm down to 261 now. So that's almost 140 pounds altogether since July of 2020. So, there's that.
I've been trying to get mine back up, man. I'm getting too freaking skinny, bro.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I used to be the big guy. Now I'm in my waistline's a 38, man. I ain't been a 38 since I was in high school.
Well, that's
I
so
would love
freaking
for
awesome.
mine to be a 38.
But these biceps, boom, still 24s, baby.
Yeah,
Crap.
you got the good side of being big, bro. I got the
Yeah.
freaking,
I'm still a beefcake, homie.
I got skinny, bro. The fuck everything fucking fell off, bro.
and-
I went from being solid to being fucking like, dude, I'm scarecrow now. It's fucking terrible.
And these boobs, C cups all the way. So I get like the best.
Dude,
of
come
all
on, man.
worlds.
That's
Like
too
I got
sexy
the
for
rocks,
me. That
and then
hair
someone
and
soft
C
to cuddle.
cups. You can't do that to me, man.
But see, like I'm also losing muscle control and nerve control. Like my hand is stuck right there right now. Like I literally, like you can see how all the nerves and muscles are tensed up. I actually have to grab it with my other hand to bend it back to undo the nerves. So that happens in my arms, my legs, my jawline too. Like if I open my mouth too big, it gets stuck and all this tenses up like a giant cramp. So it's just part of what I'm going through. But I'm staying strong. I'm not giving up. I'm fighting through it all. So
Well, if you lose too much weight, you could share some.
I'll give you some of mine. You're more than welcome to 100 pounds of it.
I still
Hey,
wouldn't
Greg.
be up to my preferred weight. I got out of the Army at 236 pounds. I'm sitting at 108.
Well, here's 100 for you. You can have it.
I told myself I didn't want to get below 265 and I'm below that point. So I need to start. It's hard to bulk back up when every time you start working out, all your muscles
It
start.
freezes up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's
they
really
got so
difficult.
there's the Marines we call it 0317 fucking in between. It's if you're a shooter, 848, same thing. But if you're a shooter, if you're a long range shooter, you get stuck, you start getting nerve damage, and it starts in between where your wrist and your elbow is, and you start so you're unable to control your hand. Like my hand, not nearly as bad or anything, but it locks.
Right.
And it's a nerve condition, and it extends up. Same sort of thing. I didn't have it nearly obviously as bad as you do, but what was your MOS? Were you in a constant fixed position?
I was in the infantry, man. So
Constant fixed position, or you like
no, we were always moving and doing raids. Like my first deployment, I think we knocked out like 1,100 raids in that first deployment.
Shit, dude. For you, Army or Marine?
Army.
Okay, Iraq or
I was in Iraq and Afghanistan.
okay, so you like 0506 or like right?
Yeah. Oh, I was there 0506, 08 through 09, 2010, 2011, then in Afghanistan 2011 through 2012.
Yeah, no, so like my boys went over originally 05. They were part of the initial. I was 25, like the initial invasion. I went across obviously afterwards, but
Oh yeah. We were the second wave into Mosul. So the guys before us were part of the initial invasion, and then we came and replaced them. We're in Mosul for 12 months and got extended to Baghdad for another 6 months.
oh fuck, man.
So yeah,
Like,
we were there almost 18 months for our first deployment.
no shit. Really.
Wait, what year was that, Greg?
That was
Gotta be
05
06.
through beginning of 05 through the end of 06.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother was over there 03, 04 for 18 months for his
Okay.
first deployment, and then yeah, he got shot, and then he reset for like, what was it? I want to say 10 months, and then they
Yeah,
sent him
that's-
back. They sent him back for another 12-month deployment.
I
It's like,
think
oh my
I think
God.
our
Yeah,
reset
dude, the
was-
fucking deployments, man, during the first fucking 4 years of that war were like fucking nuts, dude. Like
Yeah,
standards 9.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
were doing 12 and 18s. Like,
Yeah.
our reset was less. I think it was less than 12 because we came back, had like 60 days, then we were off in Australia, then the Philippines, then came
Mhm.
back, then NTC, then came back, and then had a few weeks with the family, then field, and then Singapore, and then we were gone again.
Yeah, this Joker, right? He's my older brother. He joined after I did. And I told him, I was like, bro, you need to come into my MOS field so you can essentially, because if he had to come into my MOS, he probably would have stayed in Georgia
Yeah.
and stayed with his family. But no, he was already an EMT. He was like, no, I'm gonna go be a combat medic. So he went and did that and got immediately assigned to the 1st Armored over there in Germany, and then immediately headed over for his deployment. So he ended up deploying he came in like a year and a half, 2 years after I was in the military, and he deployed before I did.
Yeah, dude, fucking combat medic for like and
Yeah,
for an
man.
armored division on top
Yep.
of that. Like,
Yep.
dude, I've never had any more more respect for anybody than fucking combat medics, dude. Like, you're trying to do a fucking serious job under fire.
Yeah. No, it's pretty funny. My brother, he got to his unit, and within 6 months of being there, he looked at it and he looked at their SOPs of like how they were going to handle things in the field, and he was like, "Look, I get it. I'm a Joe." But I was, he was like, I was an EMT for 2.5 years before I joined the military. I was like, you're gonna let people die if you do it this way. And he, as a PFC, he ended up rewriting their whole SOPs before they deployed, and saying this is the way we need to do it. And the command like saw after he rewrote it, it was kind of like this pissing contest that he had with his platoon sergeant. His platoon sergeant was like, well, if you think you can do better, then you just rewrite the whole thing. He was like, okay.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did. And he presented it to he gave it to his platoon sergeant. His platoon sergeant was like, well, damn. And his platoon sergeant took it to the command team. And they were like, this needs to go to the battalion. So it went to the battalion. The battalion looked at it and they were like, well, shit. We're going to implement this now. Like, this is going into effective immediately. So right, like 3 months before they deployed,
his shit might have gone across the entire freaking bridge, dude. Because
it sure might
have. Dude, you know how many fucking people I've seen injured that like you look at them and you're like, you're dead.
Yeah.
I hate to be so callous, and it hurts me to be that way, but. That's all. That's the only thought that goes through your fucking mind.
Yeah.
And like you see these guys, and later, I mean, they don't look that great, and they lost. You know what I mean? But like, you see fucking mangled bodies. Like I've come back, and I've walked into like a car accident trying to save people.
Yeah.
And seen them less injured than I've seen people over there. And they wind up getting picked up by freaking EMTs, and they're gone.
Oh, they're hot.
And you see guys over there, like, yeah, I've seen guys over there, dude, like, I never, ever would have fucking thought they would have come through. And you see them, they're in wheelchairs, they're fucked up. But, dude, somehow you get them out of how the fuck do you get somebody out of a battle zone with a fucking limb blowing off and another one fucking flailing in the wind?
Right.
And you bring them back to fucking life. And meanwhile, over here, I saw a guy in a fucking motorcycle accident, dude. He's fucking the only fucking real thing wrong with him, dude. His fucking arm was like fucking bent backwards. I guess he was ripped and cut his carotid or some shit. And you're like, dude, how the fuck did you fucking die? And like, you know what I mean? Like these fucking dudes miles from like what you would consider a civilized fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you your fucking boy saved more lives doing that.
So the cool part about, not to detract what you're saying, if you're not done, I'll shut up. But
no, dude. I was just saying, like, if it was that, which I believe you entirely, like, if it was that impactful, dude, he probably saved.
Yeah. He
like so many lives.
So he ended up getting shot by the dude that oh my gosh, no, I just drew a blank. I waited too long to say it. No, you're fine. You're fine. Freaking, who's the SEAL sniper? Damn it. Freaking famous dude.
You're not thinking Kyle, are you?
Yeah, Kyle. Sorry. So the Iraqi dude or whoever he was that Kyle was
that he was hunting down
that he hunted down, right? That was the dude that shot my brother. And he was out there, so his platoon leader, his platoon leader was being a dumb lieutenant, right? Shouldn't have been, but he's also my brother's best friend. Shouldn't have been out in front like he was, but he walked out and he got shot in the throat. and then after he got shot in the throat, the platoon sergeant, like my brother's platoon sergeant, immediately ran out after like it just set in, right? You're like, oh my gosh, dude went down. So the platoon sergeant, he kind of messed up too. He ran out after this dude. And then on his way there, he got shot in the arm. And he got shot in the arm just where it like shattered the bone and it made his arm go totally backwards, right? Like opposite. Flipped all the way over. And then because the platoon, yeah, right. Because the platoon sergeant ran out there, there's a PFC that ran out after that. And so there's like this freaking turkey shoot for this freaking sniper, right? So he killed the lieutenant, broke the platoon sergeant's arm. And as the PFC got out there, the PFC got hit right under the body armor, right in his gut. And my brother's like, oh my gosh, you idiots. Well, the thing is combat medics, they don't have to run out under fire. If people are shots are fired, they don't have to run out there. My brother was the only one out there at that point in the unit that always went out regardless. So my brother ran all the way to the lieutenant first. He was the only one that wasn't moving. So he ran out to the lieutenant, immediately saw that the lieutenant was dead. Like his throat was gone. He was like, yeah, I can't help this dude. He immediately turned around, went to the platoon sergeant, didn't do anything except lash the platoon sergeant's arm to his body, starts going to the PFC, gets to the PFC, puts himself between where the fire was coming from and the PFC, gets the pressure wound on there, or the pressure bandage on there, and stopping the bleeding from the outside essentially. So he's got these two people on either side of him, and he's getting him back behind the tank. Finally gets it behind the tank, and he's like exhausted. He's got all this body armor crap on him, so he's exhausted. When he gets there, the other two combat medics come up, and they're like, they grab the platoon sergeant, the PFC, they get behind the tank, and then my brother's sitting there, he's like heating, and one of the medics looks at him. He's like, bro, is that your blood or theirs? And my brother was like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know if that's my fucking blood. So he looks down, and he's like, it's like in his groin area. And he was just like, I don't know. He was like, so he cuts his own pants open. He looks, and he's like, shit. Yeah, it's me. It's all me. The freaking sniper got him went right through his scrotum and out and through his thigh and out his butt, like his ass cheek, and it misses femoral artery for like by 3 centimeters. That's how close it was. Like that was obviously the intended target. Yeah, the way this guy was shooting, like it was like he shot, people went down. It wasn't this like sporadic firing. And so my brother starts, because the other medics are busy with the other two people, but he's the only other medic out there. So my brother does his own work on himself. But because it's an infectious area, so I'm stationed at the time. I'm stationed in England, and I had just gotten back from leave. I'd blown all my leave already, and I just gotten back from the States, and my first sergeant comes to me. He's like, "Hey, you got a Red Cross message." I was like, "Oh crap!" So I called Red Cross. They told me the deal, and I was like, "Oh man!" But of course, my commander already knew. It was awesome. Here I was a specialist. I blew all my leave. All my money's gone. Of course, all right. and the command team, and they immediately gave me a permissive TDY to go to Germany, because they said, hey, your brother's getting rushed to Landstuhl. And then like all the warrant officers and senior NCOs and a few of the officers got together, and they ended up, all of a sudden, all I know is I have 10 days permissive TDY. And this is like the day after I get back from leave. And I have a permissive TDY, and I've got $500 cash in an envelope. And they're like, go. I get on a plane from, in Britain. It ended up in Germany. And So I was able to end up spending 10 days with my brother, taking care of his ass. Like literally, he has this perfect star shape scar on his butt cheek. It's amazing. I give him a hard time about it all the time.
Dude, it's fucking not funny at all, but
It is funny.
But I got like, dude, the worst. I got like across my fucking right thigh, I got like a couple of skip marks. And where it came from, like, so as sniping, everybody thinks, sniping, you sit there and you shoot. A lot of what we did, we paint buildings, right? So so we're in Samoa and light up a building, fucking for an airdrop. And I was too close. And they let loose way too close. This is before we were doing the whole targeted freaking, we take out 4 inches of fucking, space, some shit. And they freaking drop. And like chunks of concrete come flying freaking backwards. And I freaking dove and I dove over my spot. It freaking just like I had these little skip marks like across my freaking thigh. Like that's it. Like that's my fucking wound, right?
Right.
And look to my fucking right, dude. My fucking boy, they took a fucking like a slug of concrete to the fucking face. So now we're sitting out there and like we're not supported. We don't have, there's nobody fucking around us for any fucking God given whatever. So I'm fucking dragging this dude fucking back. Like it looks way worse than it fucking is. Like way fucking worse. And fucking dragging him back. And this thing, dude, he's got fucking a Harry Potter scar in his fucking skull now. That's all it is. But fucking looking at him then, dude, I could have swore like his brain was fucking leaking out of his fucking head. The worst fucking thing in the world. And it's like, now it's a fucking joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that, like, I've never been fucking, like, I was in fucking charge, dude. Like, I thought I fucked shit up, dude. I thought this kid was fucking dead. And now it's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Dude, your brother ran out. Like, he didn't have to. And he did his fucking job. And there are people alive fucking because of him, bro. Like, and now he's got a perfectly fucking star-shaped asshole. So,
Yeah.
It's fucking funny as shit in hindsight. But when you're there.
Yeah. No, that's what my brother's got on his ass. Is this like perfect star shape from where the bullet exited.
Fucking Jesus Christ, bro. And they were shooting fucking 308s, bro. He's lucky it was just star shaped.
Yeah, man. No. And then he went back. My brother went back to his second deployment, and he ended up getting blown up 4 different times in IEDs, and he's like, he was almost a sole survivor in every one of them. So there's like only one other person who's like one of the person who survived all 4 of those IED decks. And so my brother's got 26 names on his
survivor guilt.
Yeah, he deals with that all the time. I've been trying to get him on here, but he won't.
I was just gonna ask. Like, no, I've been trying to get a couple of unit guys on here, and
yeah.
I mean, it's hard now. I got on here because of business. Just I happen to run into James, but I never would have done this on my own.
Yeah, it really sucks. Yeah, he's got 26 names on his arm, tattooed on his arm, and he has his own one side of his arm that's just dedicated to loss, and his whole arm is a memorial essentially. It's pretty freaking amazing.
I've got a whole thing drawn out that I want on my side that I've been too much of a coward to get because it makes it fucking real.
Mm-hmm. So one of my cousins, He was actually in the Marines for a while. And or no, was he Marines or did he go Army? I can't remember which one. I have a few, but no, it was Army. It was Army.
That line blurs real quick under battle, bro. Like,
I know,
under
right?
fire.
But
Doesn't mean a fucking goddamn thing once you're getting shot at.
he's a tattoo artist now over in Dallas, and he is phenomenal. And he's the only one that my brother will let do tattoos. And my brother's done a lot of his. My brother actually is a good artist, and my brother's done a lot of drawing, like has drawn most of his tattoos himself. And then he just gets the artist to do it, put it on, and which ended up being my cousin. But yeah, man, if you ever need a really good artist, like let me know. I don't know if you're over. I don't know where you're at, but if you ever wanted to go, just go to Dallas for that.
I'm in New Jersey, but I'll fly down there, no problem, dude, to get it. Listen,
he's actually he kicks butt. Like it's not just like he's won all kinds of awards for his tattooing. Let me know if you're interested anytime. I'll hook up. I'll get my brother and get you hooked up, man.
Yeah, man, I'd appreciate that. Like, it's
because as a veteran, he understands. He served like 6 years, and then he was just like, "Come on, man, I can make more money being an tattoo artist. I'm getting out."
Yeah, dude. At some point, you gotta get out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's I appreciate like it. It was hard to find an officer to walk behind because I was an officer in the fucking junior one at that, and it was hard to find an officer to walk behind that had been in Desert Storm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like dude, these guys, they came, they did the shit, they left, and the only ones that stuck around were the guys never saw fucking service, like outside of Spec Ops and like.
Right.
They like Green Beret. I'll tell you what, if you're ever going to go fucking special ops and you were to drop over there, Green Berets would be the fucking way to go. So those guys don't fucking leave. Like, even, unit guys, like, dude, they were in out there fucking ghosts. Blah, blah, blah. SEAL guys are SEAL guys. They fucking never leave. But if you're a fork, like, I was reconnaissance, like, dude, there was no fucking reco guys that had gone for, transitioned from one to the other. So it's simply guys that they had just become officers before you, but they hadn't seen shit. They had just been in more training. That was it. But there was no guys that had seen battle like
Yep.
A few guys that had, they were fucking, they had so much brass on them, they were never touching the field. Fucking awkward fucking, dude, it was a terrible thing. It was an awkward war.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, we're coming up, dude, fucking 40 some odd minutes on probably the reason fucking we're all here. And I don't know who else left on, but we need a minute for the first responders and the police, fire department, the people that came out of the buildings and just do what they had to do.
Yeah, I agree. I super have a lot of gratitude for them. I know there's a lot of them out there that are struggling, because it's going to be a really hard day for them. A lot of them, they watch their comrades go in to those buildings and not come out.
And they watched a lot of them. They knew they were going in there. They knew they weren't coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about a hero? I mean, it's fucking it, dude. Like,
want to remember those people too on that plane, you know, over
Oh
Pennsylvania.
my fucking lord, man!
I'm
Like,
telling you, like those guys are heroes.
dude,
whole
the greatest fucking statement I saw was and dude, I feel fucking horrible. I forget his name. But the amazing guy that's walking, and he walked to Pennsylvania, then he walked to the Pentagon. He'll be walking through the tunnel where his brother ran through and died tomorrow, and I forget his name. And it's part of Tunnel Towers. But you know, they made a statement, and they were like, you know, the guys on that flight, they won the first fucking battle of this war.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. 100%.
And all of them fucking lost for it, you know, but they gave their lives. They stood up. And they won the fucking first battle in a fucking war we fought for 20 years.
Yeah.
And think of how many more would have been lost if they hadn't.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of words at this point, you know, when it comes to that day.
We had a rough day here a few days ago with that Marine coming back to St. Louis. Landed here at the airport by my house and was escorted to the funeral home. Their public viewing is tomorrow.
Man, that sucks, bro.
I made sure I was out there on the side of the highway with everybody else paying my respects. I did get a video of his the vehicle he was in passing by. They didn't even use a hearse for him. They brought in a custom Humvee.
Nice.
With a glass back on the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, wow. And I posted like a little video on my TikTok account, and I was not expecting for it to explode of people viewing it, liking it, and commenting on it, and it's still going.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have like 7,000 views of one of my videos.
That's pretty cool.
700,000. Sorry, 700,000 views of my video, and still going.
Awesome.
I wasn't expecting that.
I think and I don't want to make it. I'm not trying to make it sound political or anything. I guess I don't feel like I really need to say that. I guess I just being.
It's hard not to at this fucking point, dude.
Yeah, a little self-conscious though about saying it, but like I guess one of the things, and I'm just gonna go like kind of emotional here, and that's 20 years ago, you know, we did the right thing, and now with this pulling out and drawing down, and well, it's not even drawing down anymore, it's freaking pulling out, and
It's fucking scampering away is what the fuck it is.
and knowing that there's some really good people left over there that you know, their days are numbered, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it, and it hurts. It really does hurt me. I had, you know, my job required me to have an interpreter with me all the time. I don't know where those people are. They were good people. They wanted the best for their country. And I was there to help provide the best that they could get for their country. I can't imagine what they're having to go through.
You know,
I want to gear up, and I want to I want to launch myself, right? I want to go, and I can't.
I think every one of us would fucking, dude, throw a fucking rifle over my shoulder.
Right.
And the fucking, you know, the worst part of it is, so part of it for me is I was in Afghanistan for very long. I did a quick, I was mostly fucking Iraq. But I know a lot of fucking good Marines and a lot of good fucking soldiers, period. And I happen to have the luck of serving with Spec Op guys. I wasn't, you know, I was FORC, I was reconnaissance, but like, and I think any Marine that was over there at least, and any soldier, you had fucking SEAL guys dropped in, you had fucking, you know, unit guys that were over there. You knew people that were over there, and you know their sacrifice, and you saw it in Iraq. Like I know it's like, I don't want to say identical, but it's the same fucking shit. And you watch the disrespect with which each of their lives was handled with such a botched withdrawal, and you watch them come out, and the people left there, and it's like,
yeah,
why were we fucking there? You know, like literally, if you could pull out in that way, what does that fucking show to, you know, guys? Like I watch guys get fucking mangled. I lost friends. I lost friends that were in Afghanistan. What does it fucking say to their families, to their brothers that watched them fall, to we can just pull out and let it fucking become the same goddamn cesspool it was?
Yeah, exactly. And why are we recognizing? I mean, we recognize the
and meanwhile, fucking Bergdahl, fucking, we bring him back and trade, and now their entire fucking cabinet is, and they're fucking throwing it in our face, dude. And they're going to announce their government tomorrow.
Yep, exactly.
On the same day, and their government's going to be announced. It's going to be a fucking cabinet of fucking terrorists we let out of fucking Gitmo
Exactly.
for some fucking traitorous piece of shit.
Yep.
And it like there's no bigger fucking question that's just on anybody's mind. And
Yep.
there's a fucking country song, and Arlington, it's by Trace Atkins, and one of the lines, is that he gets brought home. He's he died. He's getting brought home to Arlington. He's I know there's a big white house that sits up on a hill, and I know the man that sits inside cried the day they brought me home.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I watched fucking Joe Biden, and again, I'm not getting political, but I watched him fucking look at his watch as they were taking my fucking brothers off fucking plane.
Yep.
And dude, you're the guy that's supposed to be the most concerned about our soldiers. You're the guy that's supposed to have this country's.
Yep. All of it.
Exactly. I can't even express it. It's just like, dude, you're looking at your fucking watch. And I literally, I broke down in front of my wife. Like, I was literally in, as close to tears as I can get. And I couldn't. I just, I expect the fucking president of the United States to, dude, when you see a fucking Marine being brought off a fucking goddamn, dude, in a fucking box, you don't look at your fucking goddamn watch, dude. And I'm not saying Marine. I don't care, dude. Freaking Navy, freaking Air Force, Coast Guard, fucking Army. I don't care what you are. When you see a fucking soldier, a sailor, an airman being brought off a plane in a fucking box, there is no more important use of your time.
Nope.
Than to welcome that soldier back home and let him finally touch U.S. soil again.
Yep.
And I've never felt more disrespected in my life, and I can't imagine how people that lost their brothers over there, and people who lost their children. And I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking emotional now, but
you're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. I mean, it.
No. Oh my God.
They just won't understand, right? I mean, and it's one of the realities that we need to come to terms with. That's part. I guess that's what what I like to call the after fight is about. And that's stuff that we have to deal with because they won't understand. And I think a lot, that's why I kind of brought up that book that I'm reading now. I gotta look at it again because I can't. Again, Arsenal of Hope. Like, I'm going through it, and after the first chapter, my wife was like, "Are you okay?" Like, I ended up sitting and just sitting here at my desk. I was supposed to do mowing. I had all this list of stuff, but I started this stupid book. And I was just sitting there and just gritting my teeth and clenching my fists. And I'm like, dear Lord, okay. And I had to turn it off. Because it brought back the dialogue and what she's writing. She's married to a prior Delta Force Sergeant Major. She wrote this book on, it's geared towards PTSD. And yeah, I mean, I'm still processing it and everything, but that was the start of my morning. You know, I decided to start this dumb, like, it's not a dumb book. I'm saying it's stupid because it emotionally punched me in the face and gut and balls and everywhere else on my body, if I want to say it straight. And the people out there looking on the outside, looking at us every now and then when they decide to, they won't, they don't understand. They don't take the time to understand. So that whole like, okay, when is this going to be over? Okay, there's procession, you know, to them it's just another person that died. But they don't take into account like why that person died. It makes a
They don't
difference.
take into account
It
they
makes a
had no
difference.
reason to fucking be there. They don't understand. Like,
No.
like, dude, this was a fucking kid from the Midwest that
Yeah.
signed up because New York City got attacked, which I guarantee you 2 months before that,
Yeah.
he was like, New York City, fuck though, you know.
Well, like if you think of it, like, you know, like, I don't care what station you have. I don't care what station you have. Like they unless they actually served and they were in that. And this is harsh. Okay, this is too harsh, or maybe I don't know. But you know, our supposedly fearless leaders and commander-in-chiefs that sit in that office, if they haven't been deployed and they haven't stood beside or led the troops into a battlefield, they don't and they will never understand, but they should have some type of awe of what those individuals provided for them, and the fact that they are allowed them to have that privilege of democracy, or whatever you want to call it, you know. So for anybody to look at their watch while a procession of a fallen soldier or fallen service member is going by is stupid. But for our commander-in-chief to be looking at their watch, essentially showing the body posture, showing that, especially if you're a person that's been in an interrogation and watching an interrogation, you're there for a reason, and you watch the person's body posture, like seeing that body posture, like that's not cool.
It is freaking not. And
So
the
I'll
fact of the
stop
matter
there.
is, if dude, whether you're the one that sent us there,
Yeah.
you know that we guys, but you know that you could, and you need to have respect. I think that's my biggest thing. It's not that, like, oh well, he didn't send it in there, blah, blah, blah. But you need to understand, you could do that. Like, your fucking swipe of the pen
Yeah.
is, you know, say, like, be responsible for that comeback. You need to have a certain understanding for just the weight of what that is, you know. And his whole, like, it was just this, I don't give a fuck, it's got nothing to do with me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. It's like, I don't give a shit. It started before you. You didn't like it afterwards, even though you voted for it, which, by the way, he did.
Yeah.
but you should still have an understanding for the weight that it carries. The fact that someone in your position, the position you hold, has the ability to cause and not for nothing, he's the fucking one that caused those fucking 13. Fucking Jesus Christ. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, I've never seen anything just I've never actually wanted to fucking like cry fucking before I saw that. And I saw it and like my wife fucking looked at me and it was like, I tried to explain to her, you're over there and you expect that somebody back home, the leader back home, cares fucking enough that you're not over there just doing something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they didn't just send their fucking teenager off to fucking, you know, some stupid fucking spring fucking fling or whatever. Like they understand that you're there. They understand there's a fucking reason. They understand that you're there because you care about your fucking country. And the fact that you're being brought back home in a box means a whole hell of a lot to a whole hell of a lot of fucking people that all held the same fucking position, the same, you know, and I don't care whether you served in combat or not. If you see somebody, if you fucking had the balls to put your name on the fucking line and you see somebody come back like that, you feel a certain sort of way. And the fact that our leader, our fucking commander in chief, couldn't be fucking bothered. I literally, like, I'm not one to go to fucking tears, bro, but I was as close as I've ever fucking gotten. And, you know, it's just, you know, every freaking, you know, every good video you see of like a soldier coming home and reuniting with his kids and it makes you fucking happy. And then you see a soldier come home in the wrong way. That's the only way you can describe it. And the fucking commander in chief, the one that you would expect to be fucking head bowed and at least, you know, at least have the fucking common courtesy for political fucking gain, if nothing else. You know, at least fucking show that, like, you think that the American people are concerned enough about this that you don't need to look at your watch.
Yep.
But he literally, like, when he looked at his watch, to me, that was like, the American people don't give enough fucking, you know, they don't even care enough about this for me to be here. Why am I still here? That was like,
Right.
That was how I interpreted it. Was our commander in chief just literally didn't even think the American people cared enough about those fucking Marines to watch them being brought off soldiers, because they weren't all fucking Marines, but he just didn't even think the American people were concerned enough for him to be there.
Yep. Yeah. How was your meeting, Albert?
Hey, what's going on?
Said, how was your meeting?
It was good, man. Just typical what's going on for the day, what kind of bolos we have out.
Right.
That's about it, man. I just got my stuff together now. I'm cruising the streets.
I like it.
See what I could get myself into.
Albert, I didn't know you were a cop, man. You're the fucking, you guys are the heroes of the day, man.
I'm border patrol, man, but it's close enough.
He's getting his own
shit,
people.
Dude, I knew
He's so wrong, Greg. He's so
Dude,
wrong.
my first fucking station,
Bro,
dude. Before I
we
joined
served
Marines, I
together
was Coast
forever,
Guard. I was
man. Like, we
down
were
with
the same team for the longest time.
No,
We're
I
at
know. I know.
PEMP down in Texas. Like,
It's
dude,
funny.
you guys are fucking badass, man.
Nah, Dad, we fucked some shit up. I'm waiting. I got a group of 100 staged, so I'm hoping they cross so I could tackle the fuck out of someone.
You see, Ponce right now, he's in this like lowrider, the 63 Impala, and he's got chimichangas in the back.
Right.
And as soon as they come over to get some, like his posse is gonna come out. And
He's
be
the
like, got
one-
you, Border Patrol bitches.
Like
Hey,
mouse.
Will, have you seen on my Facebook? I shared it the other day. It was here in Laredo. They were in an unmarked unit. and
Yes, I did see that. That's what I was just thinking of about you.
You know, it's funny. Like I did that like a year ago or so, but it wasn't in an unmarked, dude. I was in my marked unit, but it's pitch fucking dark, dude. And I rolled up with the lights off and I honked, and we had air ops up, and they were like, "Hey, they're going to your car." They opened up my back seat and they were jumping in until they realized that there's a fucking cage. And then they
That's
fucking
hilarious.
take off.
That's awesome, bro. I love
Dude, you
that.
need like a Border Patrol neck tat so you look the part. You know, you just go walk amongst them and just guide them to your fucking car.
Dude, he
You
already
know,
looks the
hilarious.
part and he sounds it too. Can't you hear him talk? It's hard enough for him not to roll his R's and shit.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, Greg, dude, you're fucking terrible, bro. You're like breaking all the rules.
This
Dude,
is
we were in the same fucking platoon for what, 7 years?
Yeah, I think pretty close, man.
I'm
7 out of my 12 years were with that fucker.
I'm probably incriminating my family or whatever, but so like out there, you know, my family's ranch will have been in the family for almost 100 years, right? Like 2 years going. And so the whole time I was a kid growing up, we had 2 hands, and then they didn't have papers. They just lived on the ranch. One of them ended up that he was there for 25 years
Oh shit.
and never had a green card. And it wasn't until like Bush passed those really strict rules, like on farmers and ranchers, like, hey, if you guys have Mexican hands, that, you know, you're going to be charged $10,000 in possible jail time, blah, 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 right? So the one guy, the old guy, and his wife that didn't have a green card either, she was my nanny. Like, I grew up like learning, like she didn't speak us, neither one of us spoke us lick of English, but that was my nanny. And I was with her all day long, every day. She was crazy too. Like at the end of the day, like when Jose like was going into the house, she would like start screaming at him, like he scared the shit out of me. She would start screaming at him and grab him by the hair and pull him into the house and like start beating him. Like she was just like this awful, but he loved her to death. So anyways, after 25 years, and then that bill got passed, you know, by the Bush administration, Bush Senior. My grandmother was like, hey, look, you have 25 years. Like, we can't give you an option. We're going to give you this severance pay, or we'll pay for your green card and you can stay here. And he was like, I'll take the severance pay and go back to Mexico. So she gave him like, I think like $125,000.
Yeah.
And sent him back to Mexico. I mean, he was probably living like a king once he got back there. And he'd always, like every Christmas, he'd send us back this huge box of Mexican candy, right? The hard candy. And it was awful tasting. Most of it's most awful tasting candy. So, but it was awesome. It was great.
No, man, like a lot of
Jose
these,
Perales.
yeah, like a lot of these dudes, man. I'm not even a dick with them, dude. Like, they're good people, man. They're just
They
here to
are
fucking work.
They're good people. Yeah.
It's like my dad, man. He owns a construction company. It's his company. He's had for 40 years.
Right.
All his guys are illegal as fuck.
Is that how you hit your numbers when you're running low during the month? You
Oh,
with your
God.
dad's construction company?
Thank God we don't have a quota, man. But no, dude, like all his dudes are illegal and they're good dudes, man. They fucking, you know, they have houses. They fucking, real good shit, man. But, there's a lot of fucking shitheads too.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
know-
everywhere, man. Like, it's like every job, every
Yeah.
city. Like, you got soldiers, you got good soldiers, and you got shitty soldiers. Like,
Oh, dude. And same with
What?
us, dude. Like, DPS is badass. You got some good troopers and some shitty troopers. And with us too, with Border Patrol, you got there's a guy going to court here for killing those 4 women. I don't know if you heard that. That was national news like last year.
Yeah.
He was one of our fucking supervisors. He was getting hookers and fucking them, and then he would kill them and throw them in the ranch.
What the fuck?
Jeez.
What the fuck?
Bro,
And
there's
then-
special places for people like that, man.
Yeah, dude.
But dude, I mean, he was on.
I'll tell you what. Let him off and send him my way.
Yeah, dude. So he was killing hookers out here and throwing them. And out here, man, like where I'm at, it's pure fucking. I got a little bit of the city, but I got mainly ranches for 80 miles.
Wow. Yeah.
And I thank God, because I'm not a people person. Pull people over out here and they're doing shady shit,
Yeah.
or they're good. But in the city, dude, these fuckers are provoking. Because what we do is, since we're federal, we
Yeah.
just don't do just immigration. Oh, he's illegal, let's go. We back DPS. We do raids with ICE. We do
Right.
fucking. If DPS has a domestic disturbance or local PD and they don't have anyone to respond, we'll respond.
Right.
So we domestics, we do from like a regular fucking cop, except we don't give tickets.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I love this fucking job, dude. And then everyone runs from us. So if you're not in a high speed chase, man, one day you're at least chasing fuckers through the brush for fucking hours.
Right.
Man, don't you lie. You don't get out of that truck and run. You're like, nope, they running. I'm good, man. I got them on the spotlight.
Actually, that's how it was a few months ago, dude. I've been running like 8 months and I gained fucking like 30 pounds, man. And I just started running. And I think it's also helping with my anxiety.
Right.
Because I started running, I haven't got a panic attack in like 2 months right now.
Yep.
Nice.
So I think the exercise, at least even a little bit of exercise, I'm only running 2
Hold on.
miles.
Chasing Mexicans is good for anxiety.
Yes. Well, dude, there's days I could walk. There's days I could walk fucking 10 feet through the whole night. That's just me getting out of my truck to take a piss. Or there's nights that I've walked 12, 15 miles, man, just fucking chasing these fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was like, going back to when I was a kid, like these people they would walk like 800 miles just
how
to
you were
come.
politically correct. These people.
Yeah. Right. They would walk 800 miles just to come work for us. Right.
Yeah.
And they were, God, man, they were awesome cowboys. I learned so much from them. They were good people. And every now and then we get some people that weren't so good, but like we kept a small little house on our ranch. It was always vacant, but it had bunk beds in it. And we kept the pantry stocked with canned goods and stuff. And depending on the time of year, we knew when they would be there. So then we'd actually put stuff in the refrigerator. And we knew, and we would wake up, and we'd wake up Monday, Tuesday morning, and there was a bunch of dudes sitting on the porch of the bunkhouse, smoking cigarettes and waiting for us. Or some of them are already out, doing work, fixing the freaking corral fences and stuff there at the ranch. And it was just it's amazing. That's what kept our ranch going, was these people that would walk 800 miles to come work for. God, we paid him well though. My dad was fair. My dad was really fair. And my heart just goes out to them, because they were coming to work for us because they didn't want to give in to the freaking cartels. And they wanted to support their families honestly. And it just sucks. Like,
You know
it
what I think?
sucks the position
All
that
these
they're
motherfuckers in
in.
America that are complaining about the U.S. and how it's so horrible here. I'll tell you what, all
Yeah.
these people that want to come over here and work,
Yeah,
let them,
There's
and then
fucking
send these
reason.
people that are complaining about it over there. Just switch
exactly.
them out. You
So-
know,
Yeah, let
you
him
could have
switch
his
places for a
citizenship.
fucking
So,
year.
so guess, listen to this. Like when that bill was passed way back when Bush senior administration was in, and well, it was really implemented. So Bush senior started it, and then Junior like implemented it, and we had to, like, we didn't want to go to jail. We didn't want to do all that. So we were, we were abiding by the law. And so my dad these people would show up on the bunkhouse. My dad would be like, look, we cannot hire, you cannot work here. And he'd explain it to them. And he would give every one of them a cash. He'd give them like every one of them. I think it was like $200 to $300 cash. Each one of them would be like, "You got to leave." They wouldn't do a thing. They would stay there for the rest of the day. They'd do something because they couldn't think of getting money
For nothing.
for charity. Yeah. They couldn't. They just couldn't fathom that. Even though they walked 800 miles, at least 800 miles, right? Some of them farther. And we know it was 800 miles because they came from a very specific village over in Mexico when we mapped it out. Anyways, we started hiring people from town or other places, and they're American people, right? These people, some of them are white, some of them weren't. And they're like, well, we have to have $100 a day, and we only do this. And they would like have all these stipulations. We were probably paying the Mexicans that came over, walked that 800 miles, right? Walked 800 miles. And somebody that has actually walked and understands that, and probably us on this call right now understand what 800 miles is, because most people out there in America don't even know what the fuck 800 miles is. When you start putting
can't even make a 20 mile walk.
they don't understand how far that is, right? They can't even think about walking probably
That's
10
walking,
miles
like, across.
Yeah,
almost
and they
two
came with their
states.
fucking, they came with shit on their back. They were carrying a rock.
Exactly.
They were carrying a fucking rock.
Actually, Michael, they were carrying a little satchel with just barely enough food and a big ass water bottle. That's what they were carrying. They weren't carrying backpacks. They weren't.
Okay, but either way, they were walking, they were carrying.
Yes, it doesn't matter. They were walking. And we would pay these people $800 or $100 a day to come work for us, and they did hardly anything. And then, so I was 15 years old. This is one of my most memorable things as a child growing up. I was 15 years old, and this one dude, my dad put me in charge because I'm his son. I'm 15 years old. I know what goes in and out and what's going on the ranch, right? I didn't go to school. I didn't know shit about 2 + 2 at that time, but I could saddle a horse, I could shoot a gun, and I could build a fence, right? We'll just put that as the like staple, like what I knew how to do at 15 years old. We won't get into the rest of it. But this dude,
a fucking idol right now, bro.
This
like
guy,
that's what I want more than anything. I want to own a ranch, bro. Like, dude, you're my fucking idol right now.
So my dad sent me and 3 other dudes across the other side of the ranch. He was like, hey man, he was like, hey son, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this. And he gave me a task, right? I was like, yes, sir, got it. I went out, I'm his youngest boy too. But he gave me a task, and he gave me 3 grown men twice my age, if not more than twice my age, to go do this task. And we went out there, and we started to do it. And this one guy was like, yeah, we need to do it this way. I was like, no, sir, we need to do it this way. Like, I was respectful to him. He was like, no, we need to do it this way, son. I was like, okay. This guy, I remember this guy being 30. He was like 31, 32 years old. At least twice my age. I was like, All right, yes, sir. Got it. So we did it his way. I went back. Well, later on that evening, my dad, he did his thing. He went over around the ranch, checking all the things that he sent my brother and I out to do with the other people that he hired to go out there and do it with. And he came back and he was like, came to me and he was like, why did you do this? Why was this not done? You know, he pointed to me. He was like, why did you do it this way? This is not the way I've told you to do it. I was like, well, so-and-so, like, he's my elder. I had to respect him. He said, we need to do it this way. He was like, but that's not, he was like, that's not what I told you to do. I was like, well, what am I to do, Dad? Like, you told me to respect my elders.
Hey, 102, go ahead.
And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, Dad. That's just the way it was. He was like, okay, that's fine. He was like, I respect the fact that you respected your elders. He was like, but you didn't understand. I am the person that pays his bills. I'm the one that pays him to do.
Hey, 10 Forum Zone 1.
Yeah. And if I told you to do it this way, I expect him to do it that way. I was like, yes, sir, got it. He was like, here we go. I'm like I'm like in the office, and my dad writes this check. And he was like, all right. When this gentleman shows up in the morning, you're responsible for giving him this check and saying that thank you for your work, but you're no longer welcome here, right? And I was like, Dad, I can't do that. I was like, that's so disrespectful. I can't do this. Like, I'm 15 years old. I can't. He's like, no, you're gonna do it. And so I experienced the next morning, firsthand what it felt like to fire somebody's ass. And I did. I handed that guy this check, and I was like, hey, you know, I told you we needed to do it this way. My dad went and checked on our work, and he didn't like it done that way. He wanted it this way. I was like, so here you go. Like, see you later. And that dude got so pissed. My dad was inside the house. He purposely stayed inside watching this whole scene while I gave this check to this dude. And at 15 years old, I fired my first person. That's
hilarious.
I can't tell you how I felt as like a young dude. Like,
it's like you feel bad and half you is like macho as shit, right? Like,
well, I didn't know I didn't. I actually liked this guy. I thought he was a good person.
No, that's what I'm saying. Half you felt bad, but you know the other half was like, I'm in charge.
But I learned a important lesson that I was able to carry with me, especially when I became an NCO. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, if you're in charge of something, you gotta own it. And you gotta deal with it. And it's called that. It's that responsibility aspect.
I'll give you a funny story. I started my father. I come from a Scottish family.
That's me, dude. So I'm half Scottish.
Oh, dude. All right. So my great grandfather was first pediatrician in Peterborough, Canada.
Yeah.
My grandfather, who just died a couple of months ago at 105.
Wow.
Was an electrical engineer, my father, mechanical engineer. Everyone in my family did very well. My father's statement to me when I was growing up was, I'm rich, you're broke as shit. I paid for myself to go through college. Like, everyone in my family is self-fucking made. There isn't a single fucking person in my lineage that got a dime from their fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
That's how we were fucking raised. I started working at 13 during the summers picking tobacco in fucking Connecticut.
Right.
Connecticut shade tobacco. So my first farm I worked at 13, I went to OJ Thrall fucking Farms, which is a big fucking tobacco conglomerate, blah, blah, blah. And they had nothing but transient workers, right? They're all Mexican except for me. I'm the only fucking like white dude there, the only fucking English speaker. So my father fucking brings me to the fucking farm, you know, my first day of fucking work. And I had been out with my girlfriend the night before, and I've got a hickey the size of like fucking 4 fucking silver dollars on my neck. And I told my dad, you know, which I'm sure he didn't believe, but I told him I was wrestling my buddy and he'd choked me out, and that's why I had this big fucking thing, which I'm sure my father thought was bullshit. But so I walk up and I'm standing on the, and this fucking Mexican dude sitting on the fucking tractor, and he looks down at me and he goes, "She fuck good, huh?" And I looked at my dad. My dad is like, he's an upper class fucking guy, whatever. He just looks at me, and I look at the guy, and I'm like, "You fucking asshole!" Like,
It's messed up.
Like my dad obviously knew. At this age, I knew my dad knew. But at that age, I really thought I had fooled him with the whole wrestling story. And this dude looks down at me and goes, "Hey, she fuck good, huh?" Fuck.
That's hilarious.
And I worked that whole summer, dude, with literally nobody that spoke English. And I mean, we were there, dude, 8 in the morning till 8 at night. Dude, freaking just like ripping fucking like, and at that farm, we shoved the leaves across. So you pin the leaves and freaking stacking them. So you were standing on the slats in the freaking barn, fucking bend down, pick them up, put them up, bend down, pick them up, and then you back out in the field. Hardest work I've ever fucking done in my life, dude.
Dude, Ponce, were you
Look
there
at
in the
these guys,
Philippines
and
with
that's
us, or was
all
that
they
after you
do,
left?
like
What's
literally
up?
that's their life.
Oh,
Like, and you got to understand, like, dude, these same thing you were saying, like, they came up there as transient workers, like, they could have done the cartel thing, they could have whatever, and they're there, like, trying to do the right fucking thing, you know what I mean? Take care of their family, and they stayed in bunkhouses, they stayed, like, I went home to a nice fucking bed. Dude, oh my God, bro, you're fucking breaking my heart. I love the background, but I was gonna ask you earlier to let me share because I had a picture I was gonna throw up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's too hard on somebody, but I just had to do it.
No, man, dude, hey, dude, fucking harsh is good right now.
I keep going. Like, I didn't mean to interrupt what you were saying, but I can't explain to people. There's a difference between somebody joining before there was ever this issue and somebody that joined because of the issue. Does that, I don't know if that makes sense.
I joined the Marines
No.
1 week later. Like that
Right.
happened. I went to the Marine recruiter.
Right.
And then went through Pendleton, and then they found out I was arrested when I was younger and got kicked out of the Marines, and then joined the Army because they'll take anybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
Yeah,
I
right.
fucking, dude, I joined the Coast Guard prior
Mhm.
because nothing had happened. And as soon as that fucking happened, dude, my entire life in the Coast Guard was, I'm fucking getting in the Marines. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I fucking OCS in the fucking Marines, like that was it.
Yep.
Like I joined the Coast Guard because I wanted to do something good when we weren't at work, because I was hoping to get, like, my entire statement was, I don't want to train for something I hope never happens.
Hey, Mike, are you you're from the East Coast, aren't you?
How can you tell? The beautiful
Like
accent or,
Boston or New York, right? Somewhere around there.
yeah. I moved down here. I moved to Mass, then Connecticut, then New York. I live in New Jersey now. I was stationed.
That makes sense. I keep like I'm listening to you talk, and I'm like, man, I want some fucking Pepperidge Farms right now.
Little Pepperidge Farms, hey. Little park your car.
I better go park the fucking car, get my cat keys,
Right.
and go get some fucking Pepperidge Farm. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fucking hilarious. I went to boot camp in the Coast Guard, and my wife at the time, she was from the Bronx, like South Bronx, half Puerto Rican, half Venezuelan.
I was gonna say, was she Puerto Rican? Puerto Rican from the Bronx, man, they don't mess around.
Oh, dude, she was half Puerto Rican, half Venezuelan. Her dad did 3.5 for fucking distributing cocaine.
That's
I was in a
Right.
group home with this Puerto Rican girl named Denise. She grew up in the Bronx. Man, she beat the shit out of me. I like said something, and she just whooped my ass.
Oh,
And
dude,
I was a
I
big
got-
kid too. I was like
I
11
got
years
no
old, and I was
fucking
like
like a
5'9".
domestic supposedly with her, right? And the fucking cops come, and the fucking neighbors were like, dude, we're surprised she hasn't killed him yet. Like, she was fucking, like, dude, I mean, to this day, she's my son's mother. Love her to fucking death. But this chick was fucking nuts. Like, I came back, I thought I was fucked up, dude. She, like, you couldn't fucking, I couldn't light a candle to this fucking chick's crazy. The problem is, the sex is just way too good.
Hey,
But-
Ponce, were you there with us with the Philippines, or did you leave before that?
No, dog. I was definitely there. Remember, I was on fucking.
I
I was
thought
supposed
so.
to be on lockdown because that's when we just finished getting arrested for assault.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was a party, bro. That you guys didn't invite me to your NCO party, but I went anyways.
It wasn't an well,
I went
yeah.
anyways.
So here's a little background on this party. So I just took over the Alpha Company
Hey,
section.
a bunch of soldiers arrested for assault. We don't need much background.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was prior to us going. So that was in the States. Then we get to the Philippines, and like, you know, we're doing some training and stuff. We're in the field, and like we got
fucked up
like,
every night.
yeah, like half a gallon of rum was like $2.50.
Oh
And
my
what
gosh.
was it? It was like,
Good
oh
Lord.
man, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It had a Matador. That's what it was. It was Matador rum because it had a picture of that fucking Matador on it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and you could get one for $2.50. So they just drink it straight. Like all the Filipino officers and stuff, they just drink it straight. They don't use a chaser. So we're like, man, you guys
Well, that and we
don't
were
drink
with that
rum and
SF
Coke?
group.
Yeah, when we were with that
We
SF
were with that
group.
SF group.
Yeah. And
Did you tell them about what we did?
oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I got to build up to it.
All right.
So, so we get there, the Special Forces commander and his lieutenant, and we start feeding them rum and cokes, and they think it's the best thing in the world. And rum or a Coke down there has a lot more sugar. It's like that really thick Coke.
Right.
It's, not as carbonated, just thicker. So, you know, we're going out every night getting these guys hammered because it's cost only a few bucks. And so so it comes to our last night in the field, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, like only a goat trail could get to us. All of a sudden we hear these jingling and jangling, and we see these lights, and we're like, what the heck? Their commander got a jingle bus filled with Filipino hookers, brought them 30 miles into the fucking jungle on goat
No
trails
freaking
in
way.
this jingle bus.
It was a bus of hookers.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
And you know what? I didn't have to pay. They thought I was half Filipino and half Guam.
Everywhere we go,
See,
they
the
get
officer
Ponce
side of
the
me wants
native,
to
man.
start fucking getting angry right now, but I think that's the most hilarious thing in the world.
But
See,
everywhere
you don't
we've been in the
understand
world,
problem
like
of
when
being
we
an
were in
officer.
Kurdistan, when we were in Turkey,
When I'm the
Iraq.
same age as you and I think all the same shit is cool as fuck, but I gotta get mad about it. That's what fucking sucks about being an officer, dude.
Oh, our officer
dude,
got
it was
one
a
too. Lieutenant Blakely he got the girl I wanted. I was like, ooh, man, she's so fun. And he gets her. Like I had a hard
don't
time
remember.
getting girls. I tagged the mama son though.
Dude, if you got
You
a
did, I
hard
saw
time
you
getting
did.
girls
Yeah.
these days, bro,
Yeah,
there's
you
something
in front of
there's something
everyone.
wrong with you.
I was tagging her in front of everybody, dude. I was just like, because none of the little ones would go
But
with
see,
me.
Everyone had someone on top of them anyway.
So like all the girls, because of how big I was, like none of the girls wanted to go with me. So like I just grabbed the mama son and just went to town.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, that was a good
Oh
night.
yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't supposed to be drinking. That's when we
Yeah.
were on that me and Dave, but Dave was still drinking because he had just picked up his
Yeah.
5. And then who else? Me, Billy, and Pergram and Doovie weren't supposed to do shit.
Man, it's
But we
sad. Of
did it
those
anyway.
3, there's only one that's still alive.
No shit, dude. Pergram, I found out that he was involved in
He
like
walked in front of a train. Yeah.
Oh, he did?
On purpose, or
I'm close
I
with his
thought-
mom, so When he was going through some rough stuff, I helped him out, but he was getting ready to go back to jail for like a triple felony, and he just couldn't handle it, so he walked in front of a train.
Oh, see, I didn't know that, dude. I thought he got in a car accident because I heard something about he was running from the cops.
That was in Alaska. He was on a bunch of Xanax and drinking and was in that black Suburban and hit a vehicle and then was running from the cops, and he got like 5 to 7 for it.
No, that was in North Carolina. That's when he PCS, and I think that's when they chaptered his ass out.
And then Boylan, man, that was sad too. I was talking with his sister the whole time he was in the hospital. You know, what sucks was he was on life support, and then finally he was good enough and he was up talking, and then that night he just went into sleep.
Oh, that sucks.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Especially with what he did. He walked across the U.S., you know, for that raising awareness for Aging Out America is what it's called. If you guys haven't checked into it, check it out. My buddy Boylan walked across America to bring awareness to foster kids turning 18 and just getting kicked out of the system.
Wow.
So he walked from one coast to the other, and then he was down in Guatemala building houses for like helping build stuff for the lower class and stuff. And then he comes back up to Florida right when that storm hit. He gets hit by a car. They don't find him for 3 days. He's in this alley. And he was in a coma, and then he was in the hospital in a coma for almost a week, and then he recovered, and they had him on a ventilator and stuff, and then finally he was breathing on his own. Everything was looking good, and then you know, he's talking to his sister during the day, and then laughing and giggling, and then that night in his sleep his heart just went.
Sucks.
This is after combat, like,
Yeah.
dude, fuck.
Hey, go
man.
ahead.
Yeah,
sucks,
you want to
dude.
what? We gotta do something. Man. I'm like, too many fucking people, man, come back fucked up. Like, I did some dumb shit when I came back. I was supposed to do bigger than that. You know what I mean? Like, you expect the officers to come back. You know, we all get fucked up the same, but it's just I don't fucking understand it, man. Like, we welcome all these fucking people here, dude. Everybody fucking, you know, welcome to fucking America, dude. Coming to America. Do your fucking thing. But the guys that come back, bro, like, it's.
We had a buddy, his name was Jose Valencia, and man, like, the kid never really experienced anything in life. So he loved playing his video games. He got his first Xbox and TV when he was in the Army, started on Halo, like would play these Halo tournaments and win shit tons of money. So he goes through, I think he did one tour to Iraq with him. And then he gets out of the Army. The kid never smoked, never did anything like that, then has to get a double lung transplant.
Fuck,
and he was
man.
only like 24.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, Valencia had to get a double lung transplant.
Dude, I'll
He
tell you
was
what, I
Mexican
just
as
started
fuck.
doing business with
Yeah, he was. Hello, my name is Jose Valencia.
I just started doing business. I'm helping build a company called Secure for it just bit of background. I don't know how much you guys know about it, but I run a consulting company. I've built a number of fucking businesses throughout, you know, a very long period. But one of the guys I'm working with right now, he's a serial entrepreneur like me, but he lives in Greenwich, dude. I mean, like the little bit of money I have, this guy is worth umpteen fucking more. And he lives in a neighborhood where he's the poorest guy in any fucking direction. And like, I'm like, dude, he went to a fucking bar mitzvah the other night where every fucking motherfucker showed up via helicopter. Like
Wow.
fucking fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you money. And he was asking me the other day, I was talking to him because he's a conservative and we were talking about shit. And he just really solid guy. And he was like, dude, how do I help? He's like, I've always wanted, like, I donate to everything, but how do I fucking help? Dude, how does he help? Like, my number's in the fucking thing. James fucking has my email. I mean, I'll put money towards Project Refit or whatever, but like, if we can like, dude, guys like that, like these stories are fucking horrific. Like, if we can find the guys that haven't fallen off fucking rails yet.
Man,
I mean, I don't have that leverage of wealth, but I know guys that fucking do. I mean, I'm kind of there. I'm hoping to get there one day, but like I know a lot of fucking guys that do. And if we could like fucking do something, man, because
speaking of
it just breaks my fucking
entrepreneurship,
heart.
I got my kitchen. This ranch needed my wife and I are starting a catering company, and they came to one of the free events we were doing. And this ranch, and it's only 11 minutes away, has like a top of the line kitchen, and they needed up to health code, and they don't want to have a kitchen staff anymore because you know, they only make money when off food when people are there, but they have a staff there, you know, 7 days a week. So they just want to, they gave us a contract to come do all their cooking. I mean, I'm talking, this place gets like celebrities and everything like that. So they want us to run the kitchen. So I've been going crazy, like drawing up these contracts and going over, you know, all this stuff. And then like, I still got to get together invoicing sheets for them. And like, but it's been insane. Like this opportunity.
Dude, if you need any, all right,
out.
if you need any legal help or any help drawing up contracts, fucking get my email. I'll put it in I'll message you.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I work with nothing but attorneys. Like, and I mean, like, one of my companies, I have one of my partners, former federal judge, founder of the company is a fucking Harvard attorney, top 100 litigator in New York. Like, I know fucking attorneys. And
yeah,
these dudes will do
when I
whatever
get
the
this
fuck
drawn
I
up,
tell them.
I might send it to you. Yeah, but I'm just trying to like get everything all done now, get all the permitting done, and it's just like,
dude, if
but
I can
we're
help,
almost
I mean,
there.
if I can, I can't. But if I can help, dude, I'm always out there to, you know, share whatever resource I'm not that rich, but I have a lot of really well connected. I've got better connections than I have money.
That's all that matters sometimes.
Yeah, is having
Is
good
it's
connection.
about the connections, because as you know, I mean, I just sent you something in the chat just to think about. It's something I'm trying to do, and it's because I have a vision
All right, I'm
of
taking that email.
making this piece of property a safe haven for veterans, and for it would fall under Project Refit.
He's right here.
And so that it can make something that would be a place that veterans can go to just to get away, because it's so secluded. It's secluded. It's somewhere that they can be like, I can come out here, I can chill, I can bring my family, I can reset, you know, and it's been a vision actually that I've had from way back when I was still active duty even, but since I've been a part of Project Refit, I'm like trying to, I've mentioned it to James and everything, and or to the board, and you know, it's trying to get resources for it, but yeah, the opportunities there are amazing. So
Yeah, dude, email me. I
I
sent
will.
both you my email.
well,
I just did.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of money. I mean, I try ever to make more, but I have amassed through my service and through, you know, building companies throughout my life. Like, I have amassed a fucking immense amount of fucking contacts. Like, dude, DHS 3 right now, Paul Goldenberg is a member of fucking my company. I've been on the phone with fucking Mayorkas, who I hate, fucking the nth degree, and I'll say that fucking on the goddamn feed right now because he knows I don't like him. Okay, like, hey, I just happen to fucking somehow, I have no idea fucking how, get attached to a number of fucking, you know, really fucking kind of cool fucking people. So
I know, dude. Like, I hate when he gets messages, dude, because he goes to the fucking same thing every day. Like, bro, we're doing work.
so
fuck arena here.
I can find this thing.
Oh, look at those things.
Probably shouldn't have said fuck. I probably shouldn't have said Goldenberg's name on here.
It's like,
So I'm just gonna send this thing to you real quick. It's in your email. And it's such a rough draft, but I'm gonna send it anyways just because I don't care. I'm still working
Dude,
on it.
send it over. I've spent the last fucking like
So-
3.5 weeks
Yeah.
redoing a pitch deck for a company we're trying to build. Like literally, part of what we do is
Yeah.
take fucking bullshit and turn it into something. So
Well, you're gonna understand. You're gonna see it, and you'll understand. And you can be like, dude, you're freaking losing your mind, or you can be like, dude, I can add to this, or I can help you, or find the people. Because for me, it's just like, I'm gonna blast to whoever is gonna listen, essentially. And if you have contacts is what I need. Contacts is what I need. I mean, if you can contact me with the people with the money, then I can go from there. It's not like. I watched my grandmother, right? So, like, my before she passed, like, for the longest time, like, my grandmother had money when I was younger. I didn't realize she had money, but she had money. And she, unfortunately, gave it to people that weren't wise with her money. And I wish I was older then and I could be like, hey, grandma. But that's not the case. So, like, I'm really careful when it comes to like asking people for stuff. Like, but if people that are like needing to get rid of stuff and wanting to donate stuff because, well, they have too much of it, then by all means, that's what I'm looking for.
dude, you have two obligations in life. One is to set your family up, your son, your daughter, whoever, to be better than you.
Yep.
And the other is to do whatever you can for other people that are in need.
Yeah, and that's my desire. That's my heart desire. That's why I'm here. That's why I volunteered to host, Friday nights. I'm spending time away from my family to do this because I love it and because I care. Because I
And you want to know what,
because I
dude, you're
understand.
appreciated. Like, I hop on here when I can and as is convenient, but I mean, you got a real commitment, man. That's impressive.
But I also want to go beyond that. Like, I hope to provide a place for something for first responders, veterans, and police officers, so they can get, if we can sponsor them and their families to go to a place that's secluded and they can go ride four-wheelers, dirt bikes, ride horses, go to a shooting range and just freaking shoot targets and blow off steam. Because you know what, as military people and some first responders, police officers, like pulling that trigger, man, that's our zen place. And people don't understand that. People don't understand that that is relaxing. Pulling a trigger, feeling that trajectory go down there and hit that target because you're aiming at it. It's just like, yeah, I just did that. And especially anybody that's been in combat that has pulled that trigger in combat. Like, for whatever reason,
I've had conflicting.
Yeah.
And it never conflicted with me. I never had an issue with it until my freaking spot fucking killed himself. And when I realized, like, dude, like, he was watching downrange, like, my rifle recoils.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the aftermath, but I don't see it hit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, he was he was Robin Williams, bro. Like, he was literally fucking Robin Williams. This dude, I'll tell you, we're gonna fucking, his wife put herself through her MBA working in a fucking bar. And we're sitting in the bar and like, dude, I'm fucking like 5'9". I'm 5'10" if I really try. Right? He's fucking 6'4", solid. I mean, dude, fucking brick shit house. And we're sitting in this fucking bar, and his fucking wife is tending bar, putting herself through her fucking MBA. And some dude starts fucking, giving her shit, whatever. And she's like, you need to leave. And he starts getting, yelling at her. And my buddy's like, well, dude, just, you need to leave. You need, like, he's the most jovial dude. Like, I'm telling you, he's Rob Williams.
Yeah.
And the fucking dude, like, and my buddy starts walking towards, like, you need to, and this dude picks up a steak knife, and he's like pointing it at my fucking buddy. And my buddy picks up a salt shaker, and he goes, "Well, you're in trouble now." And he starts shaking salt on the fucking dude. And the dude has no idea fucking, like,
What's going on.
He's like, this fucking dude is shaking salt on. And he like this, okay, and he just puts his knife down and he just turns around and leaves.
Oh my god.
Now we were in fucking Ohio for fucking business one day. And like, so we owned a small company. We had an office in fucking Manhattan, an office in fucking Ohio. And we're out in fucking Ohio. And we stayed in the same hotel room because, we're saving money. We're building a small company. And so we go out to this fucking bar. And like me, dude, I'm out of my suit as soon as the fucking meeting's over. Like before I leave the room, I'm in sweatpants. Him, on the other hand, he sleeps in a fucking suit. Like this dude lives in a fucking suit, right? So we go out, we get back to the fucking hotel room, and we go out, we get in a fucking cab, whatever. So he's in his fucking suit still. I'm in fucking like jeans and a t-shirt. And we get out, we go to walk into this fucking bar, and he never told me a fucking word, nothing. He puts his hand on my shoulder, pushes people out of the way, opens the fucking bar door for me, starts pushing people out of the way. He played my fucking bodyguard all night. We're in the middle of Ohio. People thought I was a fucking celebrity the entire fucking night. He had an entire side of the fucking bar cleared off, convinced one of the bouncers to keep people off of my side of this big horseshoe bar.
Hey, one cross on image, and there was no sign
Like,
back.
Just like the craziest, coolest fucking like jovial dude in the fucking world. And then I woke up one morning and he fucking Cobained himself, dude. Like, it was fucking nuts. Like this dude, what, like, I couldn't even explain to you like how, like, just jovial and fucking funny, and like you'd never see it fucking coming, right?
Right.
And like when he took his own life, like it finally fucking occurred to me, like, dude, the results of what happened, like to me it was fucking, dude, it was Target, it was done. And then like it sunk in, like, dude, like you saw that shit. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but seeing it happen is far worse than seeing the aftermath. And it, like, after that, dude, like I had the hardest fucking time. Like I don't even like, I bow hunt now. I don't shoot with a rifle.
Right.
Because every time I fucking pull the trigger, dude, it feels like I'm fucking hitting him. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, I'm not discounting what you're saying. Because what you're saying is absolutely correct. And I felt that for the longest fucking time, dude. That was my fucking Zen place. But as soon as he fucking, he ended his life, dude, it fucking, like, I can't do it anymore because I just like it.
No, and I get that.
But I totally understand what you're saying. What you're saying is absolutely correct. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's about whatever we can do to provide that reset for that person, so that they don't end their life, right? That they don't
exactly.
make that decision because we don't want,
It's so hard for me to tell, like, my fucking veteran, like my fucking boys, like, dude, like, I don't like shooting anymore, and they're like, what the fuck? Because exactly what you're saying, like, that's fucking soft spot for everybody else.
So I like shooting, right? I love shooting. I'm having a really hard time right now accepting the fact that I have, my son's 15, and he wants to go hunting. He wants to do all these things, and I'm like, he doesn't realize how hard it is for me to pick up that gun and to go out there and help, and support him. I don't want my demons to kill his future. And it sucks. But I got to deal with things that have to be dealt with so that my son can do what his passion is, and he wants to hunt. He loves hunting, he loves fishing, he loves all of that. And that's just like, I haven't personally hunted in years. Like I'm talking about over a decade. I haven't hunted because the last time I hunted, it was people. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't need to understand. I don't want.
You don't want to exactly. You don't want to put that on, dude. Get a bow.
But it's
get
there.
A fucking bow, dude.
I've got one, and
I'm sure you do, but yeah,
I'm not. And actually, that's therapeutic. They're doing the bow, like shooting my bow is therapeutic. But I told my son this year, I was like, hey man, you haven't practiced enough to go bow hunting, so I'm not going to take you bow hunting, but I'm going to be there for you. I'll take you out hunting this year. So, but. I
mean, do you think you can bring him bow hunting without it?
Well, he hasn't practiced enough for me to say that he can make that kill and a clean kill with a bow. And I'm not going to do that. That's one of the principles I'm teaching him is like, look, if you can't make a clean kill, you're not hunting. You're not letting
dude,
loose.
if an animal freaking escapes, dude, you're a freaking scumbag. Like,
I mean, I'm a great tracker. That's what I grew up doing. Like the hunters, when they shot their stupid hunters because actually most of our hunters came from El Paso. There's like freaking rich people from El Paso. They were like dentists and doctors, and they had all these businesses, but they'd come out and hunt our ranch. And they'd shoot something and then be like, oh, we don't know what happened, but we see a lot of blood trail. And my dad would be like, he'd like point to me, my brother, and be like, hey, go find the deer for him. Yeah,
but dude, that still is fucking terrible. Like,
dude, it sucks. My brother and I can tell you, we were pissed every time. And we're just like, these dumbasses, like they pulled the trigger, didn't see their clear picture. They pulled the trigger anyways, and they wounded the deer, and we'd have to go find this shit.
But you can't leave an animal like, dude. There's nothing worse. Like I've got a dog and 2 cats. I had a dog and 4 cats. I rescued a raccoon. I'm a nature fucking dude. And like, you can't leave an animal,
even a person.
I'll leave a fucking human sitting there fucking bleeding on the fucking sidewalk because most of the times you probably deserved it. But
yeah, the only time I let something suffer is like when I know they're a complete ass, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut you a little bit. I'm gonna let you sit here and be in pain.
Yeah,
but maybe I
shouldn't. You can't leave an animal like.
I guess I shouldn't say that shit over freaking life.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a similar story, but let's fucking let's circumvent that particular fucking conversation.
I'm gonna take another drink and just pass over that. All right. Anyways.
But dude, the reality is, fucking animals so much better than humans 98% of the time. And listen, if you hunt, first of all, you better fucking skin the thing. You better dress it. You better take every bit of meat.
Yeah.
And second of all, you don't let it suffer. And I caught one with a fucking ball outside my house in Vermont. And it was a bit like, it wasn't after hours, but it was, the sun was definitely below where it should have been. But this boy was just too gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I caught him and it went right through, and it went right underneath, like right underneath the freaking, I don't want to say pectoral, but like right where the pectoral meets thigh muscle, like right there. Like I thought I had him clean and he fucking moved And I
That
tracked
sucks.
this fucking thing in the fucking dark, dude. Like, and I made sure, and like everybody was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" I was like, "I'm no, like this poor thing is fucking out there
Yeah.
running around." They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be out there all night." It's like, dude, if I'm out there all night, believe me, he's suffering worse than I am.
Yeah.
And I went out there and I fucking found him, and and it's like, oh, the fucking culmination of my, great humanitarian fucking was I put a bullet in his fucking skull. But the reality
Yeah.
is, and I carry, it's sidearm, even that, but I have not shot an animal with a rifle in fucking forever. But there's there's a certain respect you have in hunting and teaching your kid that. But I think if you were to go with them, I mean, could you hunt with a bow? Do you think you'd?
I'm fine, but I'd like for me, like I would. He's good. He's gonna go hunting this year with his, because I got him well, I won't say my dad and brother got him a shotgun this year. It's freaking Maryland, so like whatever hunting he's doing, the deer are gonna be pretty easy for the most part. He's a good kid. He's gonna be patient. He's gonna do the right thing. So if I am with him or if I'm not with him, I have actually a lot of confidence in him for what he's gonna hit when he pulls that trigger. It's just that first time doing it. So, and like I said, he's going to be shooting slugs anyway. So if he is shooting that deer, he knows he has a good shot, and he shoots that deer with that slug. There's not a whole lot that deer is going to do, because the deer out here are pretty freaking small. So
dude, you hit a deer with a fucking slug. I mean, it's
done.
it's over. There's no
I'm not that worried about it. Like, it's different when you're shooting a rifle and you're like out there at like 500 yards and you're shooting that whatever you're shooting, and it's a smaller trajectory, so, but it's different when you're like up in a stand and you're shooting downwards, and that knockdown power is going to be enough to.
I like a bow better. I feel it's more sporting for me.
Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree with you. Like I said,
But it was funny. My brother bought his first rifle a couple of years ago, and he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going out with my buddy." Here, I got a fucking funny story about his buddy. But anyways, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna sight it in at like 500 yards, 500 fucking yards." I was like, "Really? Sure you are." He's like, "Oh yeah, no, dude, like 100 yards is like a football field." I'm like, "Really? You think you can?" He's like, "Well, come on." It's like, "I'm not helping you." I said, "Go ahead, sight it at 500 yards. Let me see what the fuck you." Him and his fucking idiot buddy, and fucking, "Oh, we got it sighted in." Dude, this fucking dude fucking fucks in the middle of the fucking field, like 250 away, not even. Dude, missed them by a fucking half a country mile. Nearly fucking took out the fucking tires on my buddy's fucking truck.
Wow. The fact that he was shooting in that same direction is stupid, but yeah, okay.
Well, it was so there's a house, and so my buddy Keeper's field is like a huge fucking field behind his house. The buck was up close to the fucking house, and these dude, they're fucking idiots. Like, they have no fucking clue what they're doing. They think, and he was fucking off by, anyways. But it was just fucking hilarious because he's sitting here telling me, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do." I was, "Oh yeah, are you really? You and your buddy, you're not asking me for help. Like, I happen to know maybe a thing or two." "Oh no, we got that. We're gonna do it." And comes home with this fucking war story. "Oh my god, you wouldn't believe what happened. He shocked me at the last minute and it jerked." "Yeah, sure you did." Fucking idiot.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
That's funny.
Yeah, fucking young kid again, he's a couple years younger than me, not, he just got into college, and, he didn't serve. It wasn't really in my family's I was the only one on my father's side to serve.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, we're keeping you up, bro. You all right?
Dude,
Like,
dude, I'm fine. I mean, I'm tired, but that's only because of the freaking COVID shit that I've been having to deal with. So,
hey, I've been on the last 2 Fridays, man. It's me and you at the end. I just feel like I'm keeping you up, but
you're not keeping me up. That's why I do what I do, man. It's cool, bro.
yeah, no, you want to know what, man? I haven't been on this thing in a while, and I really should have, but it's cathartic, and I appreciate you and Bruno and freaking Corbett for keeping it going.
It's like, bro. Yeah. No, I'm excited for some of this stuff going on, for moving forward, for what we're going to be able to provide for people. But it does mean a lot for people that have the contacts that they have that can be like, hey, if you're, because that's the thing, like there's tons of people out there like they're looking for things that they can invest their money in that they don't want to give their time to, because that's the difference. Like, so for me, like, I don't have the money, so I'm gonna invest the time. And it's like I've been part of the Wounded before Project Refit. I was part of Wounded Warrior for the longest time, and I like Wounded Warrior. I like what they do. I'm not discounting what they do, what they can do, or what they're trying to do, but it got too corporate for me, and I just believe that like what Refit is doing it's geared more to what I feel I'm called to do. So that's why I do this. I don't have the money to throw at Project Refit, so I'll give my time.
I'll tell you what, you send me an email. I'll try and get you to some people I know with money, but do me a favor, dude. Keep me honest. I need to start putting in more of my time. So, get on my ass. Make sure I'm on here fucking once a week, doing what I need to do. Send me a scathing email if I don't fucking show up every once in a while, and dude, because I really
I did
owe
send
it to the
you
community.
I did send you an email just now, actually. And it's kind of my rough draft of what I want to accomplish with the ranch aspect for Refit Ranch. So,
Dude, I'm gonna send that around to a bunch of people, and I will CC you on every email.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
It won't just be bullshit. You'll
seriously, if you find some things, be like, oh, this needs to be changed. If you don't have,
before I send it to
editing,
anybody, you and I are gonna have a conversation. I'm
Okay.
gonna run, dude. I'm good at building decks. Like
that's awesome. But you should have the editing privileges on that of what I sent you. And yeah, man, like if we can get this going, that's awesome. But I do want to point out, like, so my what's cool, right? Okay, when I joined the military, I knew nothing about my second uncle serving in Vietnam. And on top of that, I had no idea that he was actually one of the first people in my MOS when I ended up getting my MOS that I got. He was one of the first people in that MOS during Vietnam. And to this day, he will not talk about what he did because like that's just the way he was trained, right? And he barely acknowledges that he was even there. And so it was weird. It was weird to never know this information, right? Never, ever, ever know. also think of it this way, like I didn't ask for the job that I ended up getting in the military. I originally signed up for a Cav Scout, and the next thing I know, I'm freaking military intelligence, and and that's a totally different conversation. It's more of a Wednesday conversation, but it's so bizarre. But I ended up having the same MOS that my second uncle has, but he ended up. This is the second time around getting cancer, and he's got 4 years left. So his the opportunity to buy his side of the ranch is open. Is open essentially. So
That's fucking crazy too. Like it comes full circle, right?
Right.
Actually, I've got some cool shit to show you that, on the military intelligence side, but again, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Dude, are you good? Like I'm getting yelled at to sign off, but I don't want to sign off until I know you're good. Like you.
Yeah, I'm good. I am good.
Sure, Matt. Listen, you've got my email. You can hit me anytime, man. I'm always happy to talk, man.
I got you.
Fucking hero, and dude, I love the picture you got behind you. Fuck, dude, it scares the shit out of me, but I fucking love it, dude, because you got to remember.
Yeah, I mean, people need to realize that was years and years and years and years and years of planning. They need to sit there and they need to let that picture resonate with them. That was not just some dude all of a sudden 1 week saying like I'm pissed off the U.S. and next week them doing that. That was 2 or 3 decades worth of planning.
Well, the good news is we've invited a whole bunch of them to stay for free. So
exactly.
Nothing good can. Nothing but good things can come from that.
And it sucks because you and I both know that you and I are in the prime location. So whenever this crap goes down, we're one of the highest aspects. Like we have like we're in two of the prime locations of when it's going to happen. Whenever it goes down, you're right. Like it's just a matter of time.
I was on a fucking I have since gotten rid of my Facebook and blah, blah, but I was on with a fucking, some fucking little prick that was an accountant from fucking, Manhattan. And we were arguing about the Syrian refugees and this. And it was like, dude, not for nothing. I was like, one day, and I hope it never, you'll be sitting outside of an SUV trying to fucking put your wife's head back onto her fucking body. And I was literally explaining to him actually a buddy of mine's fucking experience, but literally you'll be trying to reassemble fucking body parts of your family. And he's like, how dare you talk about my family like that? I'm like, you don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not talking about your family. I'm talking about my family. I'm talking about my fucking shit that actually fucking happened. And you're invited to your front door. And you don't fucking get that.
I have no clue.
It's like, dude, was fucking 9/11, do you forget? Dude, these fucking they're not nice fucking people, dude.
No. Not at all.
I've seen this shit, and I'm not explaining to you what, I'm explaining to you something that actually fucking happened and that you're inviting to happen here. And he's all he's fucking like berating me. How dare you say that? Blah, blah. How dare you fucking invite that shit here? Because it may not be your family. It may be somebody that voted against its family.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, man. I gotta
bro.
fucking sign off here. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit, but dude, always fucking a pleasure, man. And dude, thanks for your service, brother.
Yeah, man. You too, man. You have a good night. Have a good weekend. Let me know if you call me if you need to.
All right, man.
This
You
weekend,
too.
I'll be around. All right, bro.
All right, brother.
Laters.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna sign off as well, dude. I got some traffic coming through, so
All right, man.
hey, but it was good listening, dude. Fucking just send me a link anytime, man. I'm fucking willing
Like
to
it.
help.
I like it. And you take care. You have a good night. And hopefully,
All right, man.
hopefully you be safe, man.
Yeah, usually they're unarmed, so we'll be good.
You know. All right, bro.
All right,
right.
man. Well, have a good one, dude.
All right, you take care.
All right, man. Laters.
Laters.